throughout the day. But PK is up with a one-map lead.
That's it.
These are only two teams who are landing right now in an entire tournament.
That's it.
The best of LATAM.
Yes, sir.
The best of North America. Viva la Mexico.
Okay.
I'm going with the Pittsburgh Knights in this
All right.
one. Desnite, turn up.
Hey,
Identity.
I hear you.
Let the beast out.
And listen here, I'm going with Pittsburgh Knights as well. Do I think Rise can win this entire thing? Without question. But Pittsburgh Knights, look, it's been I don't know if it's been an open secret or what. I want Latin America to get a chip. I would die to see them get a chip. I have nothing against Rise, but I want them to get a chip. I supported FNI. I supported Noble. An open secret might not be a thing, Colin, but now it's out there in the open. I want Latin America to finally secure a championship. But let's see if they can do it. We're starting off on Ritual Control, boys. Let's take it away.
As you're going to see here right off the kickoff, Enzum with first blood on Fiercely. A 4v4 battle here at P1. Multiple damage coming out here, but it's going to be Rise. Have PK's backs up against the wall, but Desonite and Raver, they'll find themselves the exit. Now in a 2v1 situation, Detox left by himself. Avexy's locked up in a 1v1 towards the outskirts, but Raver, Colin, he has to make a big move now, and he'll get the down that he needs. PK collecting time.
That is a beautiful initial right here by the Pittsburgh Knights. The devastation to the backhand side of that hill opens up these 90-degree angles. Rushman is going to get called out on the flank. He's going to get easily taken down. 40 seconds still to fight over in this first hill, so you know there's going to be a chance for them to fight back one more time. But I love this play from Dezo. Fight for the secondary spawn. Fight for the secondary home.
Yeah, Pittsburgh Knights need to be proactive. We know Rise's teamwork is fantastic, but also Pittsburgh Knights starting with the 1-0 lead plus on Ritual. This is great news for them. They've always been a very talented Ritual team, and they already have a decent lead plus 2 more torques remaining in the torque bow. Rise, they're going to make one more final stab at the trash time.
Yeah, they are, as they're trying to get in. It's just 9 seconds left, but it's more about getting these 2 kills so you can have that man advantage rotating towards P2. Identity's taken out. You'll see Fiercely here at the top of the team, rotating around to his teammates, Desonite and Raver. They have a great cross for him, but Detox, he has to sprint across map, find his engagement, get towards his hill. Nades will be up in 45 seconds.
Second hill gets spawned up. Torpo flying out, but this is the Knights once again. This is what they played for after that first initial defensive stand, is just to sit here and kind of force the Rise players into a bad situation. Rush, he's going to take a 1v1 against Identivs on the opposite side of the map. Former teammates wanted to play against each other. Identivs back air over the top. Misroll from Rushies. Identivs starts huge for the squadron and puts them well ahead of their marker.
Rise, they have to break the hill. They know this. Things are starting to get a bit tricky. 73-10 at this point, right? Things can get carried away. We're only on P2, though. Rise going for a definitive break. Identivs, Dezo trying to hold it down. Dezo loses his life. So does Identivs. And at this point now, you got Pittsburgh Knights members on the outside looking in, but they're not going to have a chance to get to the new hill, or at least this hill. They've got to focus on next, and Blaze, that's where we're going.
Yeah, Fiercely's going to throw his life right there. Rightfully so. Get yourself a better spawn on the other side of the map. PK should not be fighting for that hill any longer. New bow up in 2 seconds. This is going to go in the hands of Desonite, but also Rise already broke out towards the outskirts of the map. It's going to be Rushies and D-Zoom and Enzum partnered up over there towards the left side of the map. Avexy's and Detox at the top. They'll be able to take down Identities, but Desonite, 4 bows left in the chamber. Some good amount of splash damage with that one. Desonite looking to try to get wide. Does not connect with Avexy's, and he'll drop back to his teammates, getting some suppressive fire right there, but they have to find those kills. Enzum is going down, but Colin, Rise is fighting back.
Rise is doing everything they can to fight off the respawns of PK. Dezo with a little hip fire. Torque bow doesn't get it to go. Identivs will go down. Flash is out. Might get rid of the meat shield. No, Avexy's has to snap the neck anyway, but Dezo's still going to go down to the back. Rise into P3. Pretty solidified position. I think what they got to do here, Taylor, is figure out where the respawns of the Knights are going to go. At least one player, Fiercely, has already gone to try to challenge up the close respawn position.
That's right. He's going to be down low with his teammate of Identivs. This is a good spot for PK to be in because they can attack the low end, go into Rushies and Detox, and ultimately work their way up to take down Enzum and Avexy's. More importantly, just manage Rise's spawns. If 5 and 6 of Dezo and Raver push in and take down Enzum and Avexy's, they're going to give it a good go without question. Already one player down for... Oh, whoa! Oh, Rushy's actually might have a chance to get back into it. He'll bleed out, but no question. Avexi Zinzum makes a big move, plays. In fact, they might recover the lead for the first time.
Good job by Rise, all right? We've seen the same story all throughout the day on Ritual. Rise's initial, not so well, but how they recover, how they settle into the map, they go on these long streaks when it comes down to P3, 4, and 5 and beyond. And so we're seeing that currently. PK, I want to say they hit about 76 points coming off of P1 and P2 and a decent-sized lead. So Rise, they're starting to get into their groove as they're setting up for next. They'll clean up one kill at the hill. Identitus taken out, deleted actually. 4v2 situation. Rise will get set up. They'll get new nades, and they're going to be dashing towards Torquebo.
That's a beautiful retake already by Rise. They're back in it. They were up 86-81 at the end of P3. They're already set up in P4, continuing to get their numbers advantage in their favor. You see Detox backing away from the fight here against Dezenine, doing everything he can to just pistol out in the moment. But the downs are coming through, but Rushies looks for the melee, but still Pittsburgh Knights come away with a big victory.
Huge victory. New Torquebo, they're going to take that to the bank and work their way over towards the current hill where we see Avexis holding it down for a little bit of time. Now, Pittsburgh Knights at times often get too wrapped up in the fact that we have a Torquebo, wait for that to create an opening. Pittsburgh Knights, though, this time around aren't going to wait. They're going to push through aggressively, but Rise, they're going to push back. Dazzle's going to take down Inzel, but then the kill feed will light up blue, and it seems as if Rise will recover. Torquebo, no matter. Full force unit from PK, no matter. Rise are heating up, and they're not slowing down.
That's the worrying factor for all of the Pittsburgh Knights fans out here. This is going to be a bunch of damage being put out early by the side of Rise, and they continue their point lead and advantage here after P4, rotating into the close respawn. This is going to be Identives chasing out into the back spawn area. Two more players from Rise backing up 3v3 out here now with a fourth player from the Pittsburgh Knights trying to join in. Lancer Fire has been huge, absolutely shredding Rushies, shredding Inzem, shredding Detox, down after down, kill after kill. Let's see if the Pittsburgh Knights can convert them, but it's down to one. Beersley has to wrap. He gets the body. He gets the second. Jay, last alive, gets one. Jay for the revive. Jay for the revive. What a heroic play.
And it was heroic from start to finish. Raver hit a fantastic flank on Rise Nation, but it was Avexis who flanked Raver, got the kill, and started saving everybody around him. He made every perfect play that he needed to in that moment to put his team in this position. Now Rise in a 3v2 scenario. It's a 4v4 across the map, but with these nades being picked up, it will be crucial for Rise to win this fight, to press out and get the new Torquebo in 15 seconds. From downtown, Detox tosses two. Only a little bit of splash damage on those nades, and Beersley will find a kill, but trade it out. 3v3, and Vexy says, get out of here. Enzum finds a kill. They'll make quick work of Dezenai. Now Rise needs to get this Torquebo, but PK got a good spawn once again, Taylor.
Good spawn indeed, brother. Rise, again, just the lead continues to grow. Already, we could be looking at Rise tied up 1-1. That winner's bracket advantage for Pittsburgh Knights will no longer exist if Rise wins this first map. And, well, Raver's already on the back foot. We have a Torquebo that's not fresh, right? It's not going to be coming up anytime soon at the moment because Fiercely's got it, and, well, he's looking to put it to good use. Fiercely with the Torquebo calling can sometimes be a huge playmaker, a huge difference maker, and, well, he's going to get pressured up by Detox. He's going to get taken down. Now, all that narrative I just set up for you, brother, it's gone.
Hey, look, I'm not worried about it. I got another narrative for you right now. The side of Rise is on a run unbelievably massive at this point. In the last three hills, Rise has only attained 12 points to the 154 points of Rise.
Now, as you see this little trap that Rise has PK in a moment, they'll be able to get two downs. PK trying to get on up out of here, maybe get a better position towards next, but hey, you know, you're gonna have to worry about that after you fight for this heal just a few more times. 60 seconds to new bow, 38 seconds to new nades. But PK, they don't get the luxury to wait for those nades in this situation, right? You need to push, and I don't think they're pressing fast enough. They're not on the same page. Maybe they're gathering intel. They want to clear out all lanes at once, but when you think about all the crazy comebacks that we've seen today, I'm not mad at this play from PK, but Rushy says, y'all too slow. We already got a game plan. We'll make the first move.
Yeah, they're like, we'll take the fight to you. If you're not going to come to us, we're getting bored. This is grand finals of the summer major, the final major, and you guys aren't even making a move. Honestly, Pittsburgh Knights are non-existent. It is looking sloppy. Raver, maybe some new life, takes the kill on a Vexies, fiercely gets the nades. New Torque will up in 15, and Pittsburgh Knights are looking to set up for that one. But, I mean, at this point, Colin, Pittsburgh Knights, the amount that they got to climb is incredible.
They've done it before already once today against Fury 1. They can do it again, down 238 to 93 after that hill. We go back to the reset here. Back to P1. We are sitting pretty if we are the players from the Pittsburgh Knights. As we're already in the hill, we're already set up. Rise bleeded down to less than 10. Jay going for the double. One over the top. The single shot chunk. The third goes down as well. I said Avexi's could be your MVP. He said, I want that headset, damn it.
I'm buying what you're selling, Colin, okay? Because Avexi's is putting on a show right about now. PK spotting towards the left side of the map, but you will see the Wolfpack start to form. But how vicious are they gonna be? You might as well call them the Pride, because they're gonna need some pride in this fight as well, as the Lions get ready to make their move. The 1v1 on the other side of the map. Rushies once again winning every 1v1 he's getting in. Avexi's makes the first move, and Rise shall continue to raise this score.
Brother, 52 seconds. My math is shaky. We all know this, right? Blah, blah, blah.
You're good.
But
Say it.
hey, listen,
You're good.
There's enough points on this hill to make it happen.
Let's go, baby.
There's enough,
Let's go.
There's enough points on this hill for Rise to win outright. And Pittsburgh Knights haven't even broke 100.
Yeah, Taylor, I was telling you about that lead change, 156 to 12. It's now 211 to 12 points. That's how dominant Rise has been for the last 6 to 7 hills on this map. We go to the reset now. Rushy's on the flank with a big body, gets the down. Raver has kept it neutralized just barely long enough. They need 2 more seconds of neutralization to keep this from being a winnable hill. Fiercely playing back, playing for the strafe. Shot over the top, gets the revive. He slides in for the big death. And now Pittsburgh Knights, they're off to the races.
They got 100.
Now you're going to see Rise drop back here to control these spawns. 16 seconds to the new boat. New nades did just get picked up momentarily ago, and they're going to be in the hands of Identives. PK shall get all these power weapons, and they also got enough time to counter-rotate about 7 seconds before this next hill goes away. They should be able to get the new boat, no problem, but they're going to have to execute. The king of LATAM, the kings of LATAM, as I'll say, with the power weapons in hand. Desinite, Identities, what are you going to do for your team? A nade to the wide left. They'll force Rushies out and catch them. Great zoning with those nades there. From downtown, Desinite with the bow revving up. You see the pressure on your screen. Rise collapsing, deflating. The revive is there. The kills cleaned up.
PK.
Time in favor of PK in the situation.
What they got to be worried about, Blaze, is the respawn's coming in from the 90 degrees. Rise still has the short respawn, so every kill makes it a little bit more difficult. Rise is going to get another down there. Inzim might get revived out here. Beautiful Lancer fire. Dezo with the back A gets the down on Rushies yet again, but from the opposite side, you can continue to see all of the pressure being put out. Beautiful damage mitigation. This is what the Pittsburgh Knights had to do. Early in this one, they were trying to hang loose, hang 10, and take every single fight against Rise. That was the bread and butter of Rise for so very long. This time, Pittsburgh Knights, they want to see him starve.
Rushies loves to hide in these shadows, right? Hide in the corners, and he knows exactly where Pittsburgh Knights need to rotate through. And Raver, he's got this sixth sense about him. There's somebody up ahead, but who is it? Maybe he's seeing Inzim. Maybe he sees Detox, but did he see Rushies? This could be a big play from this man on your screen. He's been doing it all day long. He is chomping at the bit for PK to push into him. Finally, he'll expose himself. Raver, he's going to get dropped. Rise, tighten in the vice grip. Dezo, fiercely, gone at the moment. 15 seconds is all Rise needs, and, well, that new hill's coming into play shortly. Matter of fact, Identives, he's going to drop 2. Rise are about to win off this hill.
It's going to be difficult, Blaze. Look at the way that they're respawning so close to the torque bow.
Yeah, and you see Raver pressing through, knowing that he has to win a big fight in a situation. Fiercely bodied off the back. Raver deleted, but Desinite only can get one in a situation. Identis will wait for the new torque bow, but you got 3 seconds. Someone off respawn needs to get it. Identis has to be the aggressor to break through. A nade coming through left and right. You're trapped. you're pinned, and this series is even.
Evened up 1-1, a dominant victory for the men of Rise, 300-140, and well, like I said, that 1-0 lead that Pittsburgh Knights worked oh so hard for from the winner's side of things, that's gone. We're tied up 1-1, and this series just got that much more interesting.
Well, I'll say this though, right? Hey, at least they came from the winner's side, all right?
That's right.
Still, momentum should be in their favor being up. They're going to have to come into this next map, which is Canals, and play phenomenal. But before we get there, this map right here, Colin, was absolutely dominant by Rise here. You talked about that long run they went through at the end. It was what, like 2-10-10?
Pittsburgh Knights and Rise had 10 hills to gather time from. 8 of those hills were won by Rise. The biggest point differential at one point was hills 2-8 for both sides. It was 250 points to 21.
Whoa.
Talk about putting a vice grip on them right there.
Just think about that. The biggest point differentials for Rise at any given point in time. I can just slide behind Taylor real quick and tell you.
Yeah.
Hills 1-2 was a 28-point differential to 17, so it's a 9-point differential in favor of PK. The only other time that was apparent was the 30 points between Hills 8 and 9. It was 38-8. Everywhere else, you're looking at 2-59, 9-53, 1-44, 12-55, 39-21. I mean, they were just getting shredded time and time again.
Yeah, they truly were, right? And when it comes down to the game mode of control, you want to have a successful initial fight to get that big power weapon, get yourself a lead so you can start rotating early. But it didn't work out that way for PK, okay? They could never get positioning over there towards next. They actually, Rise, they went up on a sizable lead, but Rise says, you know what, you guys won that, no problem, but now come fight us in our terrain. Come fight us on these next few hills where they just slowly pick PK apart.
The thing that concerns me the most is the mentality of Pittsburgh Knights. They've been here so many times, Dezo exclusively, right? And it's like, you just get into your mind, it's grand finals, once again, are we gonna get second place? They've gotta let that narrative go. For PK, this is the moment to shine, and they're gonna have to work hard. But one thing that scares me about Rise is they've been here before. They've already won a championship. That already gives you extra power in grand finals to the next one, right? We've seen that with Kansas City Pioneers and the others before. So I think Rise at this moment are more consistent. I think they have the pop-up ability. They're bringing the numbers and the stats. I mean, Pittsburgh Knights, I think, are in a little bit of trouble, but they got to wake up.
I look at it like this. Rise, even before they won a major, played like they won a major. They took the fights they wanted. They were brash, they were cocky, they were going to make you beat them. And that is a big thing in Gears esports. Blaze knows it better than anybody. If somebody across from you plays timid at all, break them. Do not let them sit in their comfort zone. Pittsburgh Knights played a little timid. They kept waiting on their resetups. They kept waiting for their retakes. You both said it eloquently. Rushies and them said, the hell you waiting on? A bus? It ain't taking you to downtown.
Pushed right into them.
You know what play you need to make, right? You know where you know where your focus points are on all these hills on control, where you have to be able to get your numbers there and pick apart your opponent.
Right.
You need your IGL quickly coming up with those call-outs, putting that together and going. But at this stage in the finals, it should be instinctively, okay? And that's why we were saying, where's the play coming from? Where's the push? Where's the pressure? You don't have that time to play around with to make the comeback that you need to, because you blew that little lead that you had at the beginning of the game. And Rise, they're just more polished right now on several different forms. And Jacob said it best, okay? He said, hey, you know what? PK, they're still looking a little shaky.
Sure.
You know, they got their big series wins, you know, and we've seen a lot of comebacks from both of these teams throughout the weekend. But the Knights, I want to see something dominant from them coming up on this next map.
They have to. They've got to go balls to the wall. They have to go hard. I mean, this is seriously their moment, and they have to take it. And it starts with map 2, Canals, which would be a statement win, at least in my mind. And the reason why, because of Vexi's, the so-called best sniper, as he said it himself, on Canals himself. Dezo going to have to keep him in check. Colin, who are going to be the big playmakers aside from Avexis and Dezo?
The biggest playmaker to me is the coach for Rise, Affinity. Last time Pittsburgh Knights were playing on this map, they were dominant through mid-bridge. They played mid-bridge and back connector heavy. They were willing to outstratch you from snipe to snipe. They wanted to play over those frags. They didn't go up through the front middle of the mid-bridge. They came straight through it. They went straight through the mid-bridge to the back connector. If Rise is not ready for that, they will meet the same fate as E United did on this map. As well as Powers has played, you got to be able to play together and play up into your teammates.
You know what? I got to give a lot of props. You know what? Rise's counter on that one is the man who's been playing phenomenal all throughout the day. I call him the fourth dimension, okay?
Rushies?
It's Rushies, all right? And today, his 1v1s have been superb. He's not waiting to be told what to do, okay? If he sees a kill, he can get it. That flash is getting tossed, and he's going to go for it. Just like Raver going to go for the first blood, but he can't get the second. Enzum trying to get to Rushies, but he got to defend his back against Fiercely, who will take him out right away. Rushies, Avexi's, Identa's down. Avexi's down. Rushies to try to save him, but Dezenai with that headshot leaves Avexi's by himself.
Okay.
And that's a PK round.
That is a great round, a good response after losing 300 140 on the map previously. That is going to help Pittsburgh Knights without question. And Dezo was hitting the shots he needed to. Colin, I go to you. Avexi's has this tendency to get sniped, but instead of staying on back bridge, he likes to push with his teammates. Do you think there's a downside to that?
There's not a lot of downside. There is some, but I was going to ask Blaze myself. I was going to say, hey, baby, look, for anybody that doesn't know Canals like you do, what area would you say that Pittsburgh Knights just dominated Rise in right there toward the back of mid-bridge? What would you call that?
I call that the connector.
Okay, all right. At least I'm still on the right path.
I got you, boo. But when it comes down to connecting with the shots here, you got Rise being able to find that first blood and the second as well. Detox gets hit with a brick. He goes down. Enzum there to save him. Dezenai needs to hit a big shot, but I believe he's being isolated across the map. Fiercely just trying to get to him as soon as possible. He can't get the bow. He thought about it, but instead him and Dezenai are going to group up.
So this is a tough spot, obviously. 4v2 and Rise, they've got the members of PK Trap. That's going to be Fiercely and Dezo. That's a big body shot on the opposite side, and well, Detox is in fact going to have the nades too. So when the overtime hill does come into play, man, that's going to be something they're going to have to deal with, plus the numbers advantage. I mean, Blaze, this is a tough spot to be in that's made almost impossible. We've seen Powers and Toady make great plays, but how does Fiercely and Dezo go about this? They just got to, I guess, look for an opening.
Yeah, Dezenai, he's staying mobile, almost gets out with it. I love the play. I love the daringness for him, okay? He told Fiercely, like, hey, I'm going to try to sneak and get it. I'll bring it back to you. Don't worry. Rise, they will lock this round up. And that was a beautiful start there on the mid-bridge by Detox and Enzum working together right there, able to get that first blood, Colin.
Again, I say it like this. Rise, they changed up the strategy. They sent 3 to back connector. They played the mid-bridge heavy. They did not let the Pittsburgh Knights wolf pack in through that position and get early kills on them. That's where you see things switch over to their favor. It started off with a body shot from Avexi's with the long shot, so that sets up an easy down and kill.
All right, the initial's underway. Detox, he's going to be leading the charge. The tip of the spear stuns are out. Who's going to be unstunned first?
No.
Will it be Detox? Will it be Raver? No, it's going to be Detox. First blood going to Rise.
Now, missed snipe there by Dezenai, but he's got to go big. Avexi's is looking for him. Dezenai's looking for the fight as well. No one is straying from making a play for their team. Nothing but superstars on the main stage. Enzum loses a big 1v1. Bo is in the water. Should go fiercely, but Dezenai shuts down Detox on the high side. Man advantage for the Knights, and they will not be able to get that bow just yet. They're not being watched, but I don't think they know that yet. No one has eyes on Avexi's.
I think Avexi's best spot here, yeah, he's going to throw that smoke to try to allow Rushies to try to get the pick onto the fragmentation grenades. But now they have to double press back here. I think they got to pressure this last player up to the backside. Try to take a 2v1 back here. Beautiful body shot there. Trying to get the full red. Avexi's tries to turn around, but he's full red. Almost goes down. Beautiful job. Trying to play into the revive. First nade comes out. First nade. He rolled into it. He rolled into it. Dezo misses a shot. Oh my God.
V1 situation. And as Dezenai drops back, one bullet. Can't hit it. No more nades on the side of Rise, but Dezenai with a pistol in hand, looking out to put out some big damage here to try to make this play happen.
No more shots.
But he can maybe scare his opponent.
It's a bluff.
It's a bluff for sure.
So smart. So smart. So Rushies has to respect that. So does Avexi's. And they're not making the push because they know
he has to go to the overtime hill. They know that he has to come
somebody has to run there. I like the bluff. I love it.
I do, but is Rushies and Avexi's going to call it? They're going to have to. No, they've got to go.
Dezenai has a right hand in this situation with 6 seconds left. Looking at, oh, that was a full spread. Couldn't get the second shot that he needed to reset the fight, though.
So smart with the bluff, though. You don't really see that too often, right? That was kind of his only play, Colin.
Yeah, it was his only play to try to bluff them into thinking they can't go sooner rather than later. Another big statistic I'm coming out with right now is even though they're down 2-1, at this juncture, Avexis has an assist with the long shot. He has a body shot that leads to a down, whereas the Pittsburgh Knights and Dezenide, he's got 2 headies with it, so he's managed to get 2 kills with his long shot. Avexis, he's helping, but the help seems more important than the pure slaying ability right now.
I agree with that. Those body shots are so crucial to help out Detox and Enzim on the mid-bridge. Both snipes picked up. They'll get into their safety pockets as Detox gets first blood on Raver. Enzim will shut down fiercely. Identis by himself. He'll have to leave this fight against Rushies, and Dezenide left on an island in a 1v4 situation, forced to clutch up, but just too much damage coming out in this situation.
Good effort, man. Identis. Oh, I wish you would have hit that shot on Bridge. Rise 3 in a row, and this is starting to look a bit rough for
PK
Pittsburgh
got to slow
Knights,
it down.
man. You think slow down?
Yeah, no, they got to slow it down.
But where, though?
You know what it is? Detox is winning so many fights here towards the mid-bridge. If you want a safer route, send an extra player up top to try to get on that mid-bridge and counter him. Maybe get a lance route. Take the connector so you can shoot down towards the mid-bridge or something. So we'll see what happens, but PK, they're going to have to make a switch up somewhere.
Yeah, I like this technical pause. Honestly, PK's been getting rolled a little bit.
Technical timeout.
Honestly,
Taylor.
I'm all for this.
You know what that is?
What's that?
It's a full timeout in basketball.
Okay, and that's what
that's a 30-second timeout. They want a full right now. They want a full. They're calling it full right now.
I'm okay with it, man, because honestly, you just need to take a breather because execution is just nonstop. And I think for PK, they're just getting caught up in the moments. And I think you said slow things down. I mean, you want to talk about slowing things down. This is definitely doing it.
I got what they needed, right? So who knows? Maybe they'll get this one all tied up 3-3 soon. But yeah, like things weren't working out for them. When it comes down to it, Raver wasn't having great timing up against Detox on the mid-bridge down low. Raver's nades were not connecting the way that he needed to. Fiercely support wasn't coming in right away. So, you know, you just see Detox and Enzim having their way. PK is the other option, Colin. I'll say, you know, you slow it down, maybe get a smoke down low, play for the bow pickup, and then just, you know, get yourself to a few overtime heals, okay? Try to see if you can make some plays, find some openings on your opponent's rotations as they're trying to do the same.
You know, honest to God, this is going to sound like absolute insanity to somebody who said you've always got to pick up the snipe when you get on Canals. There's a part of me that would not mind seeing them send Dezo straight through back connector to try to challenge up the backside of Detox, the backside of Rushies. Get an extra body into the fight, because right now, the way that you've lost these last 3 rounds, Avexis, all he's doing is getting a body shot, allowing Enzim or Detox to not have to hit a full spread. They're hitting 30, 40% shots, getting the down, which is converting that first blood.
Yeah.
Also, both teams 100% on first blood. As good as Dezenide is with a sniper, the only cat in the room with 2 kills with it, it is not converted to anything. It amounts to nothing. I mean, if you go outside and mow your lawn, and by the time you get back in, that thing a foot high, what did you really do?
Yeah, exactly. It comes to speed. It's going to be speed there for Dezenide.
Yeah.
He's lacking that speed against Avexis in his fight. And so when it comes down to it, they run a 2-2 strat right here, put a lot of pressures on Rushies, get map control, maybe get towards that mid-bridge, sneak out there towards the high side, pick up your sniper in the late game. But if you can assure yourself those nades there and then bring them back, it'll give you the highest possible advantage there in the late game and force Avexis to have to make some huge plays.
Man, looks like we're not going to have a live round just yet, and you guys have brought down, or at least brought to the table, a lot of analysis. I just got one question for you. You go outside and your grass is already a foot tall after you just mowed it. Where are you living at?
Somewhere with a whole heck of a lot of rain and not a lot of shade. That sun will help get that thing
and
grow.
good manure.
Or a lot of
Manure. You got a good amount of manure, too. All that manure to come out of my mouth when I'm on a mic, baby, I'm just spitting it all the time.
Hey, well, you know what? Hey, that stench is something I can get used to, all right? Okay, I'll tell you that one. But, you know, hey, you just, you know, sometimes you might not just have a lot of land and not enough time. You know what I'm saying?
That is a fact. That is a fact, man. I don't even have a front yard, and I still don't find time to mow it. You know, it's I don't know how that works. Look, man. Hey, right now Rise is up, what, 3-1? I think it is on
3-1.
And the technical pause is still happening. You know,
they're feeling comfortable. But when we look at this series as a whole, right after this, we're going to Harbor. Rise is undefeated on Harbor. Okay.
Yeah, they're undefeated. I don't know. We were out there in the green room talking about it. We were getting informed by the one and the only Softer. He was letting us know what the map picks and bans were. And as he was telling us, I stopped him. I said, brother, don't lie to me right now, because every map he spit out, I said, Rise gonna win that one.
Yeah.
Rise gonna win in that one.
Right.
And when you're already down a map, you're looking for your opponent to maybe go, you can win the first one, but I'll go back up 2-1. And then you might win the third one, but I'll go back up 3-2.
That's right.
Try to get it to that map now. Right now, it's Rise. I don't know what they ordered at the restaurant, but the waitress brought 2 of everything.
I think at this point, Pittsburgh Knights are in a tough mental spot. I always bring up the mental thing, and I know Toby weighs into the psychological warfare and things like that. And that's a big. It has nothing to do with the Latin American story. I'm not bringing it to that. I'm not. No, man. We're playing
Taylor's
the same
lost
game.
it. Taylor's lost it.
I've not lost anything. Look, I'm just saying, at this point, PK as a team in general, obviously Identives here instead of Monkeys, so it's a bit different, but they have been here in grand finals before, and let's be honest, it's not really been a spectacular performance aside from way back in the LAN days. They did definitely put up the biggest fight there, but at least on line days they have not put up a good fight in grand finals, and I'm kind of seeing the same storyline here. And I'm just starting to think they can't get over that mental hurdle. This is all hearsay. This is all, like I said, psychological warfare. But I'm.
What are you trying to say?
What are you doing? Hey, I can't hit you. You too good looking, man. And now you.
What are you trying to say? I'm
waiting.
Okay.
I said it. I said, look, I'm saying PK.
I get your point. Okay, PK and what they've been through before in the past, right? It's a lot on them, okay? To come away with your first title, those are demons on your shoulder, okay?
That's true.
Being to multiple grand finals, you get second. Coming out with some amazing matchups. Our last LAN, Mexico City, 2020. Weren't they up in the grand finals?
Desn't had to come out after the fact and say, "Don't boo my man franchise. He's as good a human as anybody else."
And by the way, that was a class act.
That was. Yeah. I give him props for that. But I'm just telling you,
that was beautiful.
You heard Fran in that interview in the Legacy series. He said it was the first time in Mexico City they were the heroes. They were the conquering heroes, beating Optic. The next time they go to Mexico City in their grand finals, they are the most hated SOBs on the planet because they're trying to kill the Pittsburgh Knights.
I know it, but you got to respect Latin America. They back up their boys, and that's to be expected. But again, man, those demons and just the past, it seems like it's catching up to them once again.
The venue was insane, okay? We had to bring out, 20 extra rows of chairs out there.
Really?
Packed up. Yeah, multiple PK signs in there.
I'm so
it was
jealous.
just cheering for every play in which they made. This squad has been through a lot. This organization has been through a lot here in years. And these players know how important it would be for a region to come away with that last chip. And hey, it'd be a Cinderella story for sure.
It would be.
But they got to get it done.
I want to ask you the DNA. Why you keep doing that? I love it when you do that, but it's different at first. It's like throw them. So Rise though, they're just a scrappy bunch. Every time I see them in interviews or talking on Twitter, like they just do not care who is in front of them. What do you think? Where do you think that spirit comes from? Is it a New York attitude?
I was gonna say, you remember when Blaze almost had 3 New Yorkers on the squad?
I
got real scared. They got 2 of them that I know of. I know Jay from Chicago, which they bring some bad mothers. They bring some bad mothers. Shut your mouth out in Chicago. That's where Leroy Brown is from. Talk about Jim Croce one time. I'm not sure where Enzem is from. I've never actually asked him that, so I can't be 100% certain.
Something tells me Florida, but I have no idea.
You just put Sunshine State on that man. Let's find out. We're going to get told in chatter. We're going to get a DM about it later. But look, Rushies and Detox, they got dog in them. And that's only bred into you through that lifestyle, through New York. That look at Praised back in his day. Praised had dog in him. You couldn't take it out. Jay, he fought, man. He's a fighter. Chicago breeds toughness. Look at the Bears. Look at the Blackhawks. Look at the White Sox. Hey, look, I can't look at him too much. You know how good looking he is?
I understand that.
I'm supposed to be married.
He was touching my hand yesterday,
I'm supposed to be married out here, but every time I get close to him, I say, man, let me get this off real quick.
Oh, you stop that. She's probably watching.
I'm in trouble now.
You're definitely in trouble. Don't do that. Now,
she knows.
Blaze is a good-looking guy.
I'm telling you. She's in heaven because I'm getting a cast with both of you. You're the most handsome man she's ever ever seen. And she just, every time she see Blaze, she go, he's so cute.
Like,
I'm like,
she says it about him too?
no, he's cute. You're handsome. There's like Blaze is a date kind of guy. You're a marryable. He's the date.
With all respect, if I met your wife, we'd be BFFs, okay?
I know.
We'll be
I know
BFFs.
y'all would.
We will
Y'all
be,
be in the kitchen. Y'all be cooking it
all
up.
day long.
I don't know what I would do. I would be real with you because I still don't know what to do with that situation. Lo and behold, we got a live round. If you're just joining us, Rise is up 3-1. We had a technical pause, and we're back into the action. And Blaze just said PK needed to slow things down. They technically did that with the technical pause. And speaking of slowing things down, they don't challenge mid-bridge.
No, they don't challenge it whatsoever. They'll go down low and they'll counter up there when it comes down to the torque bow. But honestly, I don't like the way that they sold that strat in the beginning because you see Rise easily counters it by throwing a guy into the water. I would have loved to see at least them fake the aggression off the start and then start making some rotations. But multiple smokes and nades here being tossed out. The flank from Desanai to get a body shot, but he has to go huge. It's going to be a Vexies who will check him up. The kill's coming through in the water, and that will be Rise going up 4-1. Big plays from a Vexies that round.
It doesn't matter how much time you take, man. When you play like that, you talk about speed, kills. You want to know who got to that mid-bridge first? It was the Vexies.
Oh, was it the Vexies?
No, with the sniper. Sorry.
Okay,
Between Dezo and the Vexies. Dezo missed 2 straight shots on a Vexies trying to stop him from getting the mid-bridge. And all of a sudden, Dezo and I realized about 30, 40 yards back of where the rest of his team is getting slaughtered at.
It's Rise making the first move every time.
It is. It is. Even on Ritual, right? They've been doing that, though, even against any roster that they've been competing against when it comes to the losers bracket or even champs, right? Big shot from Dezo. Pittsburgh Knights needed that. But can they convert it to a win? A lot of damage from Inzim. Can he push it? No, he cannot. Identity's 2 players in front. Utility out. That's going to push him back. Beersley will find some real estate to get off today. But it's popping up. Beersley's going to drop. And even though the first blood comes out from Pittsburgh Knights, it's going to be Rise answering back. 3-1, nothing, 5-1. Rise 1 away from leading 2-1.
Holy, holy, holy. Dens is right there. He couldn't make it to the mid-bridge because of those 2 players and it connected, so he did have to drop back. But you saw a big aggressive play coming out there from Inzum on the low side to get up there. Him, Rushies, and Vexies working together to start getting those kills, and great moves there by Rise. Once again, always making the first one. Even when they win the initial, their opponents in a defensive spot, Rise is reading them, and they say, okay, now we know how to counter those because we already know what their plan is going to be.
See what they do here with the flash grenades out early in this one. Inzem gets the early initial pick there. On to Fearsley. First blood over to the side of Rise. 4v3 official on the map. Dezo looking for anybody's head to try to pick off. Torquebo picked by Raver. A Vexies with an extraordinarily late pick on the long shot here. So that's what we saw happen is Vexies tries to help the front of the mid-bridge, maybe even tries to challenge the Torquebo, but neither of those goes to his fruition. So now Vexies with a long shot. PK with the torque bow and the long shot to work with, Taylor.
They start to slow down as they should. That first blood from Rise is scary, especially with them being 1 round away from being victorious. Raver's going to reposition with the torque. That is good news. Normally, it is Fiercely, but I'll take Raver with it. That's perfectly fine. Inzim, front sandbag. Raver just across from him.
And so right here in this situation, as we get closer towards the overtime hill, I do believe that the way things are set up, it should go towards water. There are only 2 locations, at the bow talk on the sandbags at the bottom of the mid-bridge and under the bridge at the torque bow. With the Vexies being here, he's just waiting for anyone to cross, anyone to try to get to their teammates, and he'll take a shot. You typically don't see snipers in this portion of the map, so he is being very, very sneaky with his position. Desanai will stay anchored up top, but he's the furthest away from all the hills to make a play. He could hit the low side of the water.
Check the corner. No! Detox! He takes him down. Identity sliding recklessly up the bridge. Doesn't clear. No. Raver down and call
That's the easiest kill Detox got all weekend.
Back to Gears 5. Lancer's a little bit stronger. We bring back Execution. Thank God we brought back Execution.
Yeah, thank God indeed. And, you know, a big reason to that is back in Gears 1, Gears 2, we didn't have objectives on the map. We didn't have overtime hills breaking. If not, the round drawed and we went and played another. But my God, as I said before, Rise 3-0 here on Harbor. I want to point that one out, okay? But here, you know, towards the later years of Gears, you got the objectives to play for, but we seen those OGs be dominant, okay? We seen franchise run a dynasty dynasty because he understood the basis of those old school strats out there, okay? That you have to shoot first. It was as simple as that. You got to make the first move, come out there with your initial, play for the power weapons, play for victory. Don't be timid, be a champion.
Raver's going to be the tip of the spear for Pittsburgh Knights, but the tip of the spear is going to be blunted as he's taken down. Now Dezo, he's out of the way too. Rounds like this, especially with initials on Winch as they fall like that, hey, they could be very quick. The only benefit is there's a double down, and fiercely keeps Inzum at bay. Pittsburgh Knights might have a real chance to get back into the fight, but player 6 is going to pick up player 8. The domination is going to continue to take over, but luckily Identitas will get a touch. Player 5 rushes, he can't slow down. He's going to continue to push up. He's going to be put into the grave, and like I said, that double down is the only thing that saved Pittsburgh Knights from a domination.
Yeah, it truly was. It truly was, because if that B hill would have got capped any sooner, it would have been a Rise round. But PK, as they have to survive now, well, how will they? Okay, they need to find themselves a hill. Currently, PK is looking to make a play down here towards the B hill, and they will have winch control. That's the most important position. It's going to be where player 3 is. Rise chose to play under it, so they'll have a Lancer directly into the hill. That's going to be a Vexy. He backs up to his teammates. They still have the help of 2 players, okay? 2 crosses coming from the middle to help out Identitas and Raver in a situation. But Rise, they line them up and knock them down. They'll get these 2 kills. They'll start decapping that B hill. I like this play from Fiercely getting towards his opponent's side of the map, Colin, but now Fiercely has to go huge, but he can't.
One player. Oh my God. That shot, when he tried to pop shot over the top, he ends up going down there. Dezenide, top stern, is going to get taken down quickly and succinctly, 150 to 101. Harbor, this could get a map that gets away from you. If you get killed too quickly, they can go for the triple cap domination. 2 players from the Knights are up, and this is where things kind of, the only thing that benefits the Knights is that they don't have to play up toward E. They're not having to play to the very top side of the map, which is one of the hardest parts on the map to retake. They can play back down to the bottom, but they have less than half a minute to get a neutralization to try to give themselves some extra time. But the Lancer and support fire from Rise has been picture perfect throughout round 1.
This round should be over with. Pittsburgh Knights are going to make a heroic effort. The decap is going to give them a little bit more time, and with that time, is it enough, I should say, to get over towards A? I love the Lancer fire, I really do. Detox trying to hold it down through middle, but either way, through the Wolfpack and through the team effort, Pittsburgh Knights do make great strides forward. They still need to get over towards A. Player 7 most likely is going to go for the overextension, add an entrance. Player 1's going to be leaving, but hey, that's 3 down, that's 3 dusted. Rise, they will lead 1-0.
Inzum hitting his shots today. Okay. Beautiful, beautiful 3-piece right there towards the stairs. You know, even with I'm gonna tell you how good that Rise Lancer was, Colin. Even with PK's Wolfpack, all right, they weren't they weren't able to get close enough in that one-shot range to find the 1 kill that they needed to get the numbers to start having that advantage and outputting more damage. Rise, they kept them locked down the entire time. PK were just slugs moving around the map.
You notice also at one point Inzum, instead of up-baying that corner, trying to go for those full spreads or trying to get a single shot chunk, they had gotten so many downs that Inzum played for just the 3rd down in damage. He just played back away from his opponents, going up those stairs and just boom, there's a big spread and a down and a kill. Boom, there's a big spread and a down and a kill. This time the Pittsburgh Knights, they're going to see that a 3rd flash grenade is going to come out from the top middle of the map. This time the Knights send all 4 players over here to try to get some kind of statistical advantage up top at the stern.
Big shots from Rushies, but Pittsburgh Knights continue to push forward. Rushies did everything in his power to stop him, but he can't. Vexies will also fall. Pittsburgh Knights will spread out, but a bit of a flank, a tricky play from Inzum, but has he been spotted? Surely. Identiv's keeping him in check. Raver's going to challenge him through the window. He knows if I could just stagnate this, there's no reason to get up close and personal and sacrifice my life. Good spacing. Inzum will fall. Great play nonetheless. Pittsburgh Knights in control of the objective, but already be under contention.
Now down there on Dezo and Blaze, I like what I see right here. Rise is trying to get 1 down at a time. They're not trying to go for the whole sandwich. They're just trying to take a bite.
Yeah, just a little bite. Just a little bite. Rise loves playing with these little leads they got, okay? Because they play off their opponent's aggressiveness very well. 1v1 situation here in the hill, but he had to reload, and it's going to be Rushies who gets the last laugh there. Now, PK. I'm loving this from Fiercely. He'll win a big 1v1 to decap that C Hill, buying his team some time as they will keep the lead here in this situation. Only team currently getting points. Desanite, does he want to play into this 1v1? It's going to be Rushy's by himself in this situation. Rushy's only flash missed, but he will get stunned.
Oh, yeah.
Full spread. Easy kill there being picked up by Desanite. And it's going to be the Knight who will get the 2-to-1 hill setup and continue to climb.
Now Pittsburgh Knights Tranquillo, just relax a little bit, okay? Take your time. No reason to get overzealous. You tried to get the domination off the rip, but you didn't get it. Fair enough. You're in a great spot at the moment. 50 seconds can be daunting to look at, but Pittsburgh Knights can hold their ground. If they do so, this is going to be a round for them to tie it up 1-1. Great down already on Bridge. That's Fiercely. He's been playing incredible all weekend. And matter of fact, incredible all split 4. He's on the back pedal, but it's for good reason to pick up an Elam. He falls, takes a stumble, but his teammate gets him back up into the mix. Rushy's full red, but still dancing, but he falls. A player right on the opposite side. He wins the 1v against player 3, but Blazy can't push on the B just yet because he's being held by player 2.
Yeah, it's that cross. He has to get his life back, but he should be able to get into that hill. Force your opponent to have to hit some pistol shots, but instead of Vexies will rotate here and be able to help on a re in case he needs it. It's going to be Rise having to make a perfect play in this situation. The win condition will not switch over for them with that capture. I like PK's defense. Fiercely comes off the respawn. He'll lock in that mid portion. Identis locks him down. He'll you see that first down and another. He's looking good here. This is going to be a PK round. They tie it up 1-1.
I'll tell you right now, Blaze, one of the most impressive things to me on that is it was almost a reset initial. We got a couple of kills both times and both sides. We didn't get really till a stagnated point in the round until after we reached the 100-point marker, and it was still the Pittsburgh Knights outside, in front, and on top. I want to know what Rise's answer back is, because the Knights send all 4 players to the Wench Stern area, whereas the side of Rise send Inzem down to that B hill. He caps it up. Then he tries to over-rotate onto the Pittsburgh Knights side of the map, tries to bring players back over toward him. If I'm Rise, do you just cap up the B hill and try to play back, play a little defensively, try to find somebody? Do you send everybody up to Winch and Stern and try to guess that they're going to overload up there? Because you've put yourself between a rock and a hard place now because you gave them the first weapon placement on that second round.
Yeah, you know what? I'll overload it up top. I'll do that one. You're going to see 3v3 fight here off the start. The damage comes through. Rushies is backing up. He'll get to safety just barely, but that cross coming in there from the middle. It's Identis with a bunch of Lancer damage there, forcing Rise back, but PK is on the hunt, looking for their prey. Rushies trying to get back towards the Vexies. Raver with a right-hand advantage, hitting some solid shots. I love that backslide there to hit the blind fire. Vexies will find himself a kill, but it's going to be the Knight to win an up top fight at the stern.
That's right, but Inzem won his 1v against Fiercely. That was so back and forth. I was watching the circles literally go all the way back nearly to PK spawn, but it was Inzem who secures it, and that's going to keep Rise up despite the winch fight definitively going to the way of Pittsburgh Knights. So good on Inzem, winning his 1v spot, standing 10 toes down. Pittsburgh Knights will challenge once again, but by the time they do, they're going to be met head-on by 2, maybe even 3 members of Rise.
Taylor, I look at this. I was going to say they need to rotate 1 player at least down to the bottom side for Rise. And I was going to specifically request that it be Detox, and I'm glad that they did it without me having to even say anything. They must have been reading my mind. They were bringing the Retro down there to shred players as they come through that middle causeway. A down comes out early, but they can't get the completion kill on it. Now they're trying to move up into a secondary position. Double shot in. Detox goes for the run and gun. There's the revive. There's the flank though for the Pittsburgh Knights. Detox misses 2 big shots. Gets the melee, but no kill comes through. Pittsburgh Knights, they kill everybody. And they're well on their way to the A hill to try to go up 2-1.
Well on their way, but they got to deal with a difficult Vexies as he actually makes it up to the hill, and that's a big enough threat for you to drop back and play the 2 hills that you have because you don't have the lead. You don't want to lose a battle there. Great awareness from the Knights. They don't have the stern control, so they're going to set their first line of defense so far back towards their side of the map. There's still a lot of time. I would love to see them try to focus one of these kills down low, but you'll see Rushy puts himself in a really difficult position. So I actually like that case. Anyone wants to, maybe, kind of play there towards that B hill. But as you'll see here, Fiercely with the Retro Lancer trying to get some damage in, Taylor.
He's only going to have so much impact, though. 5 and 6 are able to get through, get the decap definitively. But I like the push from Fiercely. Confidence ensuing. Dezo, he might make the push with Fiercely now having his cross. but Enzim, he's going to be up on top. Now the 2v2 is going to be here. An important focal point to mention. Pittsburgh Knights recover the neutral just in the nick of time. They don't lose the point lead. This round surely is theirs, and it will be. Whether it's 250 or a domination, Pittsburgh Knights will lead 2-1.
Incredible set of slays out there by the Pittsburgh Knights. And by the way, while that finality was a domination, they were within the 10-point marker. You can look at it one way or the other. They either triple capped or they got the 250 points. But the Pittsburgh Knights have played so very well off of initial. Detox, no kills, 8 deaths, 8 assists. He's doing a good job helping his teammates out. But when we saw him miss a couple of shots there in that 1v1 while he was getting shot up, and he had to go for the double melee down, those are the worrying points. Those are the things that make you give a cause to pause. I believe what we just saw there on the board was an incendiary grenade placed out early by Rise. Pittsburgh Knights, they go for the retro and the Boltok early.
Yeah, and you know, that Boltok is going to give a lot of value there towards that 1v spot, but Rise with the incendiary grenade, we'll see if that lethality will be able to get them around to tie it up 2-2. It's PK with the height advantage, and Fierce is just pressing on for, looking for a target. He says, hey, this is pretty free. He can get towards the home hill. This is a great spot for him. He pulled out the flash, finds an angle, and he's out free. Baits out the nade, but his opponent has the same route. Fiercely doing a great job working that cover, but a great shot over the top coming from Vexies there. Rushies versus Raver. Raver with the blind fire is too low. He needs to go higher, but the help comes there for Rise and a Vexies. The saving grace. Rise set up. They need another heal though soon, and they're going to put all their focus onto the B heal.
Yes, they are.
Taylor.
Yeah, they are. They definitely are. I mean, 6 and 7 are not shy about making the first move. You already see them pursuing their way up. Rushies is the entrance, right? He has that cross. Detox knows he can slide in. If he gets deep enough, he can get the decap plus full cap relatively easily. And there's that position. He's not going to be able to get shot. The decap is in. He'll go for the full cap shortly. But you still have to worry about Dezo and Identitas, but Fiercely has died up. Rise are making moves forward. If they can execute this properly, Colin, it can be a domination. A couple of more members from PK fall. A domination is starting to tick through. Player 2 and 3, they've got to make a move, get onto the decap. They'll do so. PK will survive, and they might actually thrive.
Hold up, wait a minute. That B hill will get decapped as well.
Wow.
Trip cap coming through, and PK with the reversal, Colin.
Blaze, I got a stat for you that I think you're going to love. There have been 4 team fights, whether it be 2v2, 1v1, 3v3. There have been 4 definitive fights mid-round at the B Hill. I'll give you 3 guesses who's won all of them.
I'm going to have to say Raver.
It's been the Pittsburgh Knights.
Okay.
Just in general.
Okay.
They've sent 3 different amalgamations of players down there. One time it was Dezo and Identitas. One time it was Raver and Fiercely. And the other time, or the third time they did it, this last round, it was Dezenide and Fiercely again.
So Rise is going to have an Ensign. Just want to point this out. Rise has Ensign. PK goes Shock. A bit of difference in opinions.
Yeah, definitely a bit of difference in opinions, and it could mean a difference in power weapon to go down at the top of the stern. This is a very, very important round for both of our teams to decide where the focal point is going to be in the second half of the game. The shot grenade will connect up top just to really push these players back, but Rise playing through the mid-map. They're playing for the home hill setup. Player 5 won't take any free shots just yet. Big plays there from Enzim. He should be able to get the decap, but Rushies will go down there. Great rotation there by Fiercely. And now you'll see Rise with the home hill setup down low. We'll see them try to possibly make their way up top, but honestly, they're good where they are. They just really need to count their numbers, but I think they're going to take their numbers up top. They don't have anyone down low with Enzim, but do they need anyone?
Yeah, they do. The little miss rollout gets him killed. It was a beautiful double shot for the Boltok leading into the secondary kill, but Rise have the overload at the top E. They're going to send one person up there for the cap. This is the sneaky player right here.
All right. That Sting's at a stall. The fight's at a stall right now. Rise in a great spot. They got the lead. PK looking to break through. You need to utilize whatever numbers you have now. They'll get a player off the respawn quickly. But I think they're going to have to square up in that 1v1 at the winch. Dezenide, if I'm Dezo, I'm trying to get as close to Enzim as possible. He wants to at least hit one shot so he can have a leg up in the fight. but he has to put that pressure on him. You see him trying. Identis will soak up a lot of shots in the middle. Dezo gets his health back, but what a shot
He's
there from
holding
Enzim.
ground. Yeah, I mean, that Boltok shot was great. Plus, he spaced it correctly, hit the shot he needed to. Either way, Pittsburgh Knights do get the top hill, but Rise, objectively, they're staying ahead of the game, already on the OE. Identis barely misses the instant, doubles back into Avexis, brings him down to his knees. And at this point for Rise, they still have the 2-1. I thought that was a great play from Identis, and I mean, he really gave it his all. Raver actually might get him back in. Rushies is going for the finish. Identis will finally be finished off, but can Pittsburgh Knights get to D? I mean, they have been held up here for the longest time, and it's because Rise is doing such a great job off of respawn.
Though. They'll get the 2 kills. They slowly made their way toward their opponent's side of the map. I don't think anyone gets there in time. Rushies is marked up. He has to fight. He's going down. Beautiful feather of the trigger right there from Designite. And that's a fantastic play coming out from the Knights. Colin, they were just slowly moving up. You know, you saw the down come through for Identis, but at the end of the day, that Lantern in the middle just it shut Avexis down and that kill couldn't come through.
It's been incredible to see how good the Pittsburgh Knights have been at Harbor thus far, at just the sheer team fire that they usually have struggled against for the side of Rise. But Rise, they keep running into these traps. They keep running into the different flank angles of the Pittsburgh Knights. The traps have been set. They've been sprung perfectly, and the Knights have really dictated the pacing of this map.
Detox, 0 kills, but he's got 11 assists. He's putting out that damage. He has been truly instrumental in, well, at least the
he's
one
playing smart. You know, some kills you can't clean up. Some kills you're timing players out. So I'm not even worried so much, you know, about that stat in this situation. Not even like Inches in the last map either. It's a team effort at the end of the day, but you at least want to see some confirms over there. Retro Lancers picked up for both teams, and Rise picking up 2 kills as well.
Yeah, this is big for them, right? To come back, they've got a large hill to climb, but you better believe Rise, they've been here before. Dezo, though, 1v2. 1v2. I think he might. He's feeling it. Detox trying to bait him out. Dezo not taking the bait, though. And who's going to make the first move? Detox wants it for NA. Dezo wants it for Laptown. And Laptown will win the top hill.
I just loved hearing that from a third-person perspective. I'm about 1.5 feet away from both of you, and you're both just egging them on, just cheering. It was like y'all were in a schoolyard with a circle around 2 kids going, fight, 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 fight.
Hey, that's gears failure, and that's why we love this game, and we're gonna miss it. Designite looking to press back up, but a beautiful incinerator from Rushies. He'll block off that route to the hill. He'll force back fiercely into the crosshairs of his teammate. Rise in a great spot, but as you see, Pittsburgh Knights getting that home hill setup.
I like what I see right here from the Pittsburgh Knights trying to go home to get that neutralization to keep themselves at least close in the scoreline. 3 players from Rise are up top. 1 player guarding the home hill, and it looks like the Pittsburgh Knights are going to go for the full retake up top. They've got plenty of rounds to work with here. Rise has to be perfect for the next couple of rounds. I mean, it's 4-1 right now. They got to go perfect for 4. Smoke out to the back lanes. They're going to get that first mark out. Designite doesn't go down. Avexis hit so many shots right there with the Lancer. You'd expect him to die, but he doesn't. He doesn't go either. But the rotation for the home-to-home out of Rise is in as Enzim goes F to D.
It ain't going to make a difference if these kills get picked up by the Knights. As you'll see, they go to the spine. They're playing together. They're working together. Even though they're kind of getting kited here by Avexis, the kills are coming through. These are important moments for the Knights, okay? Because now Rise is on their side of the map, and you got players respawning, but you have to isolate the right player. I love that down. Enzim's the last one left. Identis on the flank. Goes out wide left, but he's not putting out enough damage. They'll finally get him. The D hill will get decapped, but Rise, they still have a lead. But for how long?
Oh my goodness.
I don't know if it's come through. No, it's a Lancer in the back. Beautiful shots from Raver. This could come through. Fiercely, be confident. Get in there. Hit your shots.
Oh, there's Raver.
On the flank.
It's over.
Now it's a 2v1.
Rushy surely doesn't hit 2. No way he does. Wow. Hey, we started the narrative. Coming into this, who was undefeated? Rise was undefeated.
Make you, break you.
Sure, absolutely. Well, it is in fact going to be map number 4. Excited for this one, or I should say map 5, excuse me. So let's see how this one's going to end up unfolding, and obviously a lot of emphasis from Colin being placed on the first cinema fight. I hear you, I really do, and For Pittsburgh Knights, look at that record. 4-1, 14.1 OBJ kills per game. Like that, that means they're inside the hill. They're slaying out when they need to. And Rise's record, 5-4. Even though it's not as impressive as the 4-1 Blaze, they've got a lot of experience. That's what I see with the 9 games.
Yeah, it is a lot of experience, you know. But PK, it's less because people ban it against them. They don't want to deal with him on this map, and the record shows it. What I love about PK on this map is how they love to fight the close quarter engagements, okay? They get a lot of time off those money hills, and it really suits them well. And you're about to see it off the start, if I'm being honest here, okay? As Raver will move in, hits a solid shot there on the rushies. Another good shot there on his teammates here towards the back. Can't take down a Vex, but Raver, he doesn't get the help that he needs to finish off those kills, and Rise will start thriving first.
That's a big slay out by Rise. They get the drop shot into Inzem's hands as well. They'll get the early initial points. I was afraid of District 4, the Pittsburgh Knights. They're going to switch this thing over to Detox. Hey, he needs some of these kills. After after that last map, he was struggling a little bit there, boys. He had some tough times.
That's all right.
I would rotate him out here. He's going to need to use that drop through those pillars. He doesn't need to put it right on that ledge because they can roll up the stairs away from the execution of that drop. Oh, my God, what a explosion.
I mean, nice shot, wasn't it? Identives, he's gone. Shock thrown out, but that's going to block the exit point, but Rise doesn't want to exit. They don't want to leave the hill, right? They want every point they could possibly get. So Pittsburgh Knights, they've got to start well, I guess they're going to make another attempt on the trash time.
Yeah, it's looking like it. They already have a few players having to cross this area. You can't cross it with player 8 gatekeeping the way that he is. So they moved in, but Vexy's moves, shifts over there to help his teammates out. End zone takes a lot of PK members towards the grave, and it's going to be Rise who gets the close spawn. PK, they spawn down low. This is the worst thing, but Rise, they want to isolate Identities on this side of the map. He'll be in a 1v1 situation with Detox there. Now, when it comes down to this hill, you'll have PK in a great spot. Who has their shock grenade, though, is what I'm curious about. It should be coming up in a bit if it's not already there. PK is in a money position.
Taylor, taking a look here at the top of that stairwell where Rushies is. Rushies is going to keep that thing neutralized for as long as he can. 51-2 out of the first hill, and this one's staying neutralized. I think they're just going to have to wait for the new power weapons to spawn.
Yeah, I think at this point, you just kind of take your time.
12 seconds to shock, 20 seconds to drop.
So Raver, he wants to drop. That's a long time to wait, but like you mentioned, that shock might be beneficial. And meanwhile, over on the top of the map, we have a little bit of a skirmish. But for Pittsburgh Knights, last down and out, unfortunately, for one. And it looks as if they're going to be just fine inside the hill. One more remains in Zillman. Well, now it's going to be Rise taking it over. Pittsburgh Knights only with 6 points. This is a relatively hard hill to lock in and get a ton of points, but I got to say, Rise look as if they're about to take a 100-point lead.
Yeah, that's what they're looking like. Identis has the drop, but he's trying to be the hero. This is two important shots, but he hits the third, and he'll protect this drop shot on his back, but he'll have to rotate on over soon and try to get these kills. But player 3 is actually in the spawn. They'll start playing for next already. They should be playing for next. They need to start getting some Lancify over here. Designite saying, hey guys, where are you at? Okay, but I'll get the kills. So Knight, they'll be able to disperse, get some better positioning. Still to drop when Identis back.
Yep.
He can use that over here towards ATM, but he can't get caught out here towards the middle, trying to market Vexys for his team.
I don't think that they're going to be able, they need to get this kill on Avexis to try to open up their pathway through the middle of the map. It also gives them a chance to get into a much better position, much more advantageous position for this next hill into the ATM. They use it there on him. Inzem will be hiding in this cubby corner. Keep your number hidden, brother. You need to stay right there in the cubby. Try not to let anybody see you. Identives is definitely going to see you now. Shot over the top. Won't be able to get the first one to connect. Has to rotate out. Raver now challenging up to the front side of the cinema. They're going to have shots over the top from Avexis. I believe the rotation is in. The revives are almost through and true. Now Identives has to fight back against the tide.
Vexys, he takes Fierce's legs from right up under him, and Rise will win an important team fight to just add on to that lead. Yeah, just, you know what? It was just Rise playing a little bit closer to each other in that time.
I can't believe it's not
revives. The damage was out there for PK, but Rise negated that right away and hit some precision shots on the way up.
I'm saying I can't believe the reason why is PK made such great headway. They removed the Rise members from the spawn control, then they pushed up consecutively. There's only 2 Rise members there, and there was 3 in PK, and they still didn't win that fight. I mean, Rise, their numbers may be few, but they are still impactful whenever they get into any fight. I mentioned Rise will be at 100. Well, we're at the same thing, and well, at this point, Colin, I mean, we're almost looking like map number 1, right? Where looking at control on Ritual.
Just about. I mean, we're a little bit closer than that right now, but we might get a little bit further away as well. Raver inside of the juice fighting up against Detox.
Ooh.
Detox is missing some shots right now. This man's going to need, I think he's going to need a bathroom break after this map. I can say that much. My man's going to need to take a second and try to settle his nerves, because that's a couple of misses in a couple of different close 1v1s in the past 2 maps I've seen him struggle with, and I'm just not used to seeing that out of Detox, all right? Forgive my French, but what the heck?
Vexy's active drop, but only one splash damage on Idensis. They're going to press him. They want that fight every chance in which they can get, but Idensis, as he gets crossed down from behind, his teammates trying to make the play, fiercely moving in. Detox will be able to get up, get these shots in, and now you'll see, you'll start to see PK be able to get in here and actually clean up the kills. So solid, but you have to start worrying about this next hill. You got to clear these players out the juice. New drop shot will come up in 68 seconds. Shot grenade in 20. The Knights, they got great positioning.
They definitely do. Big hold on the bandstand hill. They got to come back, and I don't want to see this as one-sided as Ritual was. Avexy's on the low end. He's going to be joined by player 6 of Detox on the top end. Good headway, right? Fiercely is going to fall. Now you got Inzim, Rushies. We're going to be able to push forward and hopefully make an impact, but Raver sees it coming. One will fall. Raver gets Identis back up. Rise will be inside the hill, and miraculously, it is going to be 3 down for Pittsburgh Knights. Once again, I'm seeing them read the situation. I'm seeing them get the downs they need to, but they're not getting the finishes, and Rise continue to break kills where Pittsburgh Knights seem to be the favorite.
Yeah, they just can't set up the way they need to, but even when PK is trying to be proactive and take their numbers, Rise is hitting some big shots, okay? They're winning some big fights, so it's being a little bit more harmful on the side of the Knights as Rise will continue to build up this score. The next hill will be in the top right-hand corner of your mini-map at Pergola, but before we get there, it's a play for the drop shot. PK in the better position to be able to pick this up, but it's Avexy's. He gets a huge kill here towards the middle. Ends up putting in that damage. Dezenai should be able to get the res that he needs, and he will get out the safety, but Avexy's still on a tear. He'll take down Raver. He's on the flank, forcing these revives have to come through, and it's a missed drop. Oh my God, what is that, observation hockey? I saw it before it actually came out.
Great, man. Drop shots just simply don't work on this map, and I don't know why that is. Pittsburgh Knights are already being forced back. Rise continually pressing forward. It's going to be a big team fight. The downs are in. Rise once again putting Pittsburgh Knights into the blender, and Colin, I can't make sense of it.
Well, I can tell you right now, the sense of it is they went from 71 to 19 to 120 to 19. There's at least 2 hills here where the Pittsburgh Knights have not gotten a single point off of it. Rise is also very good right now, keeping their numbers close to one another, keeping themselves in these team fights together so that they don't give up any opportunity for the Pittsburgh Knights to get those same kills they got on Harbor. Dezo's going to try everything to kind of feather the trigger right here. Just try to get a bullet or 2 up range. Well, downrange, technically. Get the bullets downrange and coming up range, coming back at you. Get them downrange, try to put some damage on that player in the window, but Rise over the top gets at least 1, pushed out to the picnic table, getting a 2nd. There's the 3rd. They ain't done. They're looking for 4 and maybe even more.
That was beautiful execution from Rise, taking that wide angle outright, being proactive, taking their numbers. PK was in a difficult position. They didn't put out the damage that they needed to in that scenario. Colin, you were absolutely right here. Rise, they running away with this map. Look at the Avexy's right there. 13 kills, 2 deaths, 14 assists right there in that situation. Man, he is on fire now.
Hey, those are good-looking numbers. Attractive.
Hey,
fact, 10 out of 10.
13.5 KDA.
10 out of 10. All right. Would go again. 73 to 206. Is that Big Cat back there?
Hey, yo.
Hey, yo. Hey, bringing him in. 77-206.
That's how PK
Pittsburgh
sound.
Knights. Well, I don't know if they sound like that, bro. That's too much mojo for a 77 scoreline.
They don't sound like a lion, though.
Hey, ain't no lion like Blaze, I'll tell you that much. That man's a fire lion, boy. Identiv is going to go down middle of the map. Raver is going to get taken out by Inzem. Fiercely's crawling around. I mean, if that wasn't just a montage of how District has gone for PK, where people either getting chunked out or crawling around while they're down, I don't know what is at this point. Avexis is inside of the hill with Inzem, swapping that drop shot over. Said, Inzem, you're much better with this weapon. Let me have the explosive. I like my stat pad. Give me that explosive weapon. 14, 2, and 15 for Jay. My man, I said he has some dog in him, and he's certainly showing it that his bite is much worse than his balk.
Oh, good downs up ahead. Dezo can't push forward just yet, but with utility and smokes out, a mark is in, and that's going to be... Oh, whoa, and that's the team kill. You hate to see that. I thought it was looking good for Rise, but no. Pittsburgh Knights will capitalize, but Blaze, it's only for 18 seconds.
Only for 18.
That's it.
Not even. They're leaving the hill.
Hey, that's
But you know what?
That was good for 3.
Hey, check this out. That's a beautiful time to die for Rise, okay? Because they're positioning on next. They actually spawned up, all right? The 200 level IQ deaths coming out for them, rather if it was intentional or not. Works out for him in the end. Identis with a nice back A. Raver will clean it up. He won't be able to save his teammate. And fiercely trying to get to Raver as soon as possible. But he won't be able to make it. And now he's in a 1v2 on his right hand. He stays in a fight. I love the confidence. But a beautiful shot from Detox. Rise the position at next. And they will continue to rack this lead up. They can win off this hill.
This is a big hill for them. I mean, right now, Rise, the more they're in this hill, the easier the rest of this map gets for them. They can kind of take their time and bake themselves toward the power weapons, give themselves a chance to kind of settle their tea kettle, get up into the team fight, and a big shattering slash from the Lancers of Rise. Avexi picks up the kill with the Lancer. Now we're getting the flash grenades out. The shock will block off Inzem from some teammate help. Over the top, it's going to be Rushy's trying to fly in for the 90 degree, but Inzem returns to the scene of the crime. They're trying to get damage on. Rushy down. Detox down. Inzem finds one down. Inzem finds the second chunk. Back into the hill for the kills. That is Inzem. And even though the drop shot was picked up by Avexis, it is not on the map to be used. So this will be an interesting in the last couple of moments because 30 seconds to go. Inzem, bleed it all out, Blaze. Bleed it all out.
Hey, Rushy saved him right there. That perfectly timed pressure that he brought through the middle allowed Inzem to get back up and make that play. Rise, less than 20 seconds away from victory. They're going to have to get back into that next hill soon, though. Still, everything's looking good for them. They're going to be set up at next already. And Rise, do they have the money maker? They don't have the shot grenade just yet, but it will be spawning up in 5 seconds.
Yeah, they'll get it. Player 8 surely is going to be able to get it. And obviously, a battle for mid control is in. Player 7 just takes down player 2 of Fiercely. So at this point, Rise are doing literally everything they need to do correctly. I like that they're also looking to pincer in the members from green. Dezo, surely dead. Now you got 2 more you have to deal with. Meanwhile, Rise are within 15 points of taking the victory. Identiv's down. Raver as well. Now 10 for Rise. It looks as if they're going to be closing this out shortly. It looks like Pittsburgh Knights are being put into the blender. Identiv's forced to back away once again. He can't get a touch. Pittsburgh Knights below 100. This will hit 300 to 88, and Rise will regain control of the series score.
Felt like the Knights was going to win this one. Why is that?
I think Raver is unbelievably good in that mid-tree fight where that planter is, where that dead tree is growing. Raver up front is incredibly good there. You can see one of the things that he's been so picture perfect at for so long. Fiercely plays around him as well as Dezenide. They have such quick movement in that fight that they give a lot of teams headaches. It's going to be on the back of Rise to win some pretty decent team fights there to try to get them the victory.
All right, the breakout's going to be it. Inzem is going to be the tip of the spear pushing forward. Fiercely, though, is going to back him up because of some good stunts. Raver outputting a ton of damage. Fiercely, too. Pittsburgh Knights feeling confident. They pressure forward. Detox is also going to be alive. Now it's all of a sudden a 3v2. What I thought would be great for PK. Identivs, though, he's going to be hunted down. He's running out of options. He might have a 1v1 against Inzem, but that's gone. The head's gone as well. And Rise, after just 30 seconds, lead 1-0.
Beautiful, beautiful initiative there from Rise. PK was getting scrappy off the start, but we were able to see that beautiful fight because our amazing observer in those overhead cam views. Man, Gear's one of the best observers out there, okay? We got him, and we appreciate you, and we appreciate you, you know, bringing us this action. The cameraman himself Now, Rise, as they start pressing into this next fight, is Detox versus Raver, but Rise sees no one's in this side of the map. PK goes for the quick pick on the bow. Now they need to move in and start taking down Rushies, but Rushie's so evasive, he backs up and he'll kite his opponents until a Vexy's crosshairs as he'll pick up a double. Looking to come away with that MVP for his team, for Rise, as he is having a fantastic performance. Raver, Identis, they're trapped. They can't do much, and the Vexy's with a headshot 1v1.
Oh,
Raver, a Vexy's with the ace.
They can't get a win.
Taylor, stop me. Stop me right now, because I'm getting angry.
Let him loose. Let him loose.
Detox,
go for it.
Win a goddamn fight. Jesus, that's the third time in 3 maps. I've watched you have a... Oh, there it is. There's my miss. Brother, I love you. Hit the shot. Shoot the shot. Shoot the shot, Taylor.
Hey, Vexy's got the final kill. Rise still won it.
I mean, I get it, but I'm tired of seeing my man.
He was the distraction. He was the distraction.
Hey, I'm going to tell you what's happening. Colin feels it, okay? Because if Detox keeps missing those shots, PK is going to come back. But we'll see how right Colin's going to be as PK quickly gets themselves 2 kills and puts themselves in a 4v2 situation. Looking to get a few rounds on the board. Enzo, what can you do? Can't do much. It's going to be Detox on the other end, but he'll get down right away.
All right, tough breakout, but at least for Rise anyways. Pittsburgh Knights finally winning a round and doing it in scintillating, sensational fashion. They get a team ace. That's what I need to see.
They get one to go. They finally get a clean sweep here, 2-1. Last time we were on execution, Pittsburgh Knights won the first round, and then Rise racked off 6 in a row. This time, Rise, they win the first 2. Pittsburgh Knights, they interrupt that. Are we seeing the exact opposite start to take place, or will Rise answer back here? 3 players to the bottom side of the map. They saw Rise struggle against Fury 1 with this exact same strategy. Let's see if they have an answer for it this time. Rushie's going to push up into this ledge. There's going to be a flash in his face. Tries to hit the back air over the top. Can't hit it. He's going to be able to get stunned out. There's going to be Detox with a long shot in his hand. He's been missing a lot of CQC fights. He needs to find some kind of shot.
I feel it. Oh, he's going to take Raver's head off, surely, right? I mean, I know you're... Oh, look! He thought about it too long.
Yeah, but hey, it's not over yet. You're going to see PK get first blood on the end zone. Detox can still make the play for his team in a situation. Him and the Vex, he's working together. He gets it down, can't save his teammate, can't get it cleaned up as well. And Detox will get taken out in that situation, but at the end of the day, PK, they played it well. They made the first move. You see early on that Detox having great comms lets his teammates know that, hey, no one's here. They're playing for both. Rise shifts right away. But PK, they still come away with the power weapon. They stay together. Even though they got trapped in a difficult position, they hit their shots. They played as a unit, and they are scariest when they're in those close quarter fights.
All right, well, the breakout's going to be through, and it looks as if a lot of emphasis is going to be placed on the right-hand side for the Torque Bow. Vexy's has a beautiful cross. Unfortunately for Fiercely, he's going to drop down once, but he'll be just fine. Gets out, second down and out. He's got to be very careful on his exit point. Sends a shot firing just to give him some spacing. The opposite side, Detox, he's got the sniper calling. Both teams get what they want. Nobody's died. This is going to be either a stalemate or a very quick ending.
Raver up here at the fragmentation grenades is going to try his best to hold off the retake from Rise. Detox stacked up here. He's going to get a ton of damage onto him. The revive comes through. There's a big shot to get that first jump back A out. The headshot, though. Raver gets another one. There's the Detox win I've been looking for. It's 2v3 on the map right now. Rise has one-man advantage, but it's gone to the wayside. Dezo pulls out the Lancer. Fiercely's getting challenged by Inzem. Dezo over the top. Dezo over the top. This is going to be up to Detox. And that's a trade. That's a trade. And PK goes 3 in a row.
You know what? You know, if you wanted to get mad at anything, if I had to get mad for PK in that round, it would have been on Raver for even
that mantle.
But no, for taking the fight after you got the back A. He had a beautiful back A. He cleans up the kill, but he challenged on the next one. Your teammate's behind you with a bow. Your opponent's going to hit that cover. Great trade there. But at the end of the day, it's PK coming out on top. And I know some people say, is it ever a great trade? Different conversation for a different day.
All right, well, breakout's in 2v2 for the Torque Bow. We saw Rushies. He doesn't have a kill to his name. Honestly, the damage really isn't that perfect either, but he is going to rotate around onto the flank. Identives is going to drop. First blood going over towards Rise. Now, Things might settle down, but not before Raver looks to make a play. He's pushing up. One player down. This could be a two-piece. It's going to be a two-piece. And now the third one will fall. Great damage from Detox. Now Nasher has to come out. 1v1 against him and Fiercely. Fiercely's going to back away. Join his teammates. Rushies, though, is down. And now Detox, really tough spot. Going for the sniper again. And just like a couple of rounds ago, he's going to fall before he can get out.
Blaze, I hate to say this, buddy, but SpaghettiOs. We've got 2 rounds in a row where Rise has gotten first blood, 2 rounds in a row where Rise has not converted. Those are the things that worry me. I know Rise is good at Tomb. They struggled against Fury 1. They're now struggling against the Pittsburgh Knights on this very same map, and I just don't quite understand at this point what is going to happen. What can Rise do to try to settle down this wave of momentum from the Pittsburgh Knights? Because I thought it was 3-3 in maps after these 2 maps, but I didn't see it going like this.
He gets 3. I feel like what's happening is that Rise is reacting more than playing for their own objectives, okay? They're not trading out the power weapons. They are trying to get into these fights with PK at the bow, but since PK is making a play, they're saying, hey, we're running a 3 bow for the Torque bow. They're picking it up. Rise is saying, hey, they're not in the middle map. Let's go over here and fight them. They're a step or so behind in these situations, and that's why PK has the advantage. I'd rather for Rise just run snipe strats for the rest of the round, okay? Get the scope, let Avexi's make some plays and slow these rounds down. PK with an advantage, but they need to connect with one of these.
So many fights, Blaze. So many fights on pretty much the Torquo side of the map. 7 and 3 haven't even tried to go for the fight. But like you said, that's the one. Pittsburgh Knights are feeling it. Rushies, he's on the run. Can he even get away? Well, Enzim surely can't. He's going to fall. Rushies dies as well. And you're right, Blaze. That Torquo pick was the one.
Man, see, PK, they're playing into their dynasty, okay? We talked about it. They got to win the executions, the escalations, and they are getting super scrappy in these fights. Rise, I believe in this round, they're going to try to isolate Identives here in the middle, and they're going to try to go for that sniper and just switch some things up because that bow fight hasn't been working for them.
Well, here's my thought process on it, and I know it might be different for an OG like you, it might be different for a professional like you. You ain't got to be the smartest kid in class. You just got to be able to answer more questions correctly than him. It's meaning like you don't have to beat him at this Torquo fight. If you got a better strategy, you can come up with that. You can come out with that. Rushies already down in this round, leading the Knights to almost have another advantage because Rushies is down to 2 downs before he's out.
Oh, still, though, all 4 members are up, and hey, some downs might have come through. Whoa, big play from Fiercely. Wasn't expect him to do that, but he takes the bull by the horns. Unfortunately, the bull seems to have won.
And Rise getting a much-needed double kill. That's 3 in total. Raver trying to hunt down Detox in this situation, but he's going to have to hunt down a few more players. Can't get the kill that he needs on ends of the flank is there, and that's Rise coming away with this round. They're gonna have to dig deep in their bag full of tricks here, okay, to try to mix it up. I wouldn't be surprised if they try to even go for nades. Actually, I would be surprised. I don't think you should go that far up the map off the start for some nades. Maybe you get nades and you get sniped, rotate back for nades. That's a different story. Also trying to isolate that 1v1 player on that side of the map. We'll see what the play is going to be.
Another good idea, Taylor, would be go for the shock grenade, throw it out to the long shot to buy yourself 10 seconds to maybe rotate around for that long shot, or for those nades, so you know the long shot's not going to get picked up. Flash grenades once again thrown out by both teams. It's going to be Rushy trying to get back A's over the top. Double down comes through. Russian of X back up. There's a big chunk by Fiercely. Let's see what they can do next, though. They're going to get that extra player in. That's going to be a shock into the feet of Rushies. 3v2 on the map right now. Last 2 players alive for Pittsburgh Knights are going to be Identives, and I believe that is Raver, and Identives has got the long shot, Taylor.
Hold on. I ain't said this in a while, but I got a tingle. Okay.
What for the snipe with Identives?
I got a tingle,
The King's got it? The King's got it?
I think the King got it. I don't know why I feel this way, but I just had to let people know.
The King is about to make Rise pay some taxes. They're overdue. 1 nade was out for Raver. He'll keep the other. Oh, the tingle was right, baby. It's a 2v2. Can we get a little bit more? Notice, took off X-Ray, added suspense. This is what PK is seeing, but they know Rise is right around the corner. For Enzim and Detox, they're still wanting to challenge up ahead. Identives, he's fine with this. You want to clear the corner? I got you. I'm going to blow your head off, all right? It's not even going to hurt. Not even going to know what's happened. Everything's just going to go black. But will Rise make this move? Can Rise even reposition themselves, Blaze?
They're going to have to go forward at some point. They can reposition, but if they do, I think PK will at least try to chase one of these players down. The only one with a flash in this situation is Enzum. Well, actually, you're going to get a shocking detox. That's a great pickup. So they do have some nades to work with in case they got to buy themselves some time. Idents is looking for some long-range shots. That's an early shock for me.
Very early. Way too early. Well, no, but they threw there.
I don't even,
oh my God, they threw a bad shock. That's an unbelievably terrible shock. That is an atrocious, a
that's a good
nightmare.
flash. That's a
Both of them
nade.
threw bad shocks. There's the nade. There's the body shot attempt. Trying to get in for the reset. There's one shot for the down on end.
Oh, no! How do you lose that, Pittsburgh Knights? How?
He had the wrong weapon out.
How?
Well, let me tell you right quick,
Break
son.
it down to him,
Let me
Colin.
tell you right quick. We're gonna see this. We're gonna see the replay on the headshot here. Look,
After that?
I'm gonna bring you in real quick. Watch this. So they're all focused on detox. Watch Enzem. Body shot. There's the down on Identives. The bounce. Enzem wasn't shot literally at all. So when Identiv stood up to try to shoot back, he either had to get a one-shot chunk or he was only getting it down. He was behind in damage for the rest of that time.
I think Rise wins this map.
Don't say that.
No, don't you relax.
Relax. Chill out with that. Chill out.
Chill. Come on now. Fiercely with the first kill of the map. 4v3 situation here. Fiercely with another kill on the map. After
I'm sorry, what was that?
round,
What was
he
that?
said, I'm not having it. The shots are there. Raver turns the corner. More damage coming in from PK. The bow with the splash damage for the kill. The pistol. The down. The 3v1. The Knights will tie this series up 3-3.
Reverse caster curse. I knew what I was doing the whole time.
Let's get in the game. Let's get in the action.
I love how Taylor's still standing there right now, just looking like a sad puppy. You're not casting this map. I'm dead serious. Ladies and gentlemen, let's jump right back into it because it is a tied up 3-3 grand final, and I just posted this on Twitter, but it is the best grand final I have seen. I don't know how long. The Pittsburgh Knights Blaze are looking great.
They are looking fantastic, and me and Colin was talking about it. Their win condition on this map, in this series, has to be taking this escalation and taking an execution as well. You see beautiful kills coming out for the Pittsburgh Knights as they'll take down 3 members of Rise, Colin.
Enzem is starting to get a little over-aggressive for my liking. Rise is starting to really try to push the pace, and I don't think that's what you can do against the Pittsburgh Knights. They like to take these fights. Rushies, though, still got the cape on, still got the S on his chest. He's still playing his super Rushies, but the home-to-home stretches come in now for the Pittsburgh Knights. And Detox, he's going to be tagged up heavy by 3 different Lancers.
Yeah, that's a massive 1v1 from Rushies. Keeps his team alive in this one, but now it's all up to the home hill. They got to earn it back. Great wolf packing, great revives, and they're not done yet. They might be getting knocked, but certainly not out, as Identiv's going to take out one. He gets a second, and just like that, Daddy, King Identivs is going to do it. Soy Guapo, I mean, he's Guapo, not Soy. S Guapo.
Yeah.
We forgive you.
LS Guapo.
We got you. LS Guapo.
The Guapo man.
Guapo. Yeah, I'm not
man.
rolling with you on this one, okay? I got people who gonna come after me. But hey, you shot 4, and PK shot their shots in this round.
Mr.
But
Guapo.
they won't come away
with Senor Guapo.
Domination. And they'll be able to hold 2 hills to their name, okay? Now, Rise, well, how will they respond? What's going to be the rebuttal? And we will see that it is going to kind of be Rushies in that 1v spot this time around. Colin, he is going against Raver, so our first thought was right, but the flashes are coming out, fiercely having to disengage back down. PK, they'll give up the overlook, but the 1v1 being won over there by Identis will secure the B hill.
This is the exact opposite of what we had a second ago, John. Look at the way that they're in the front of this hill. They're at the front of the U. Shots in from the Lancer, shots in from the top of the overlook. They have flipped the script right now. Detox, it's a big body. It's going to be Identives on the flank. You called him Mr. Guapo, Senor Guapo. He's so handsome. He's so smooth. He's so slick. He's getting kill after kill, down after down. He's putting the Pittsburgh Knights back in charge of this round 1.
Boy, buena, Danny. Now, you'll have PK with the lead, but they don't have the hill advantage in this moment. Currently, they're getting the B hill back, and they should be able to get the overlook. Enzum gets hunted down, and now he may press across the map, going towards the home hill. But why? PK, they got the numbers. They got a player in God spot as well. This doesn't matter. No one's going to be able to cross him for free. PK can honestly kite to their home hill and win this round and strike first.
Here we go. Dezo, big kill on Rushies. That's the good start. It's going to have to be an ace from Rise. Here comes the push, and all members of PK are turtling, back rolling, lancering. Good team team fire not going to matter as the Pittsburgh Knights win round number 1 and continue right where they left off from execution.
So here's the big differential in that first round, if you ask me, is what's going to happen is the Pittsburgh Knights are going to try to control the pace of play through that U. They're going to try to get those early kills, those early initials. Identity's 3-0 and 7. You're calling him Mr. Handsome. He's got a ton of damage as well. Take a look at that U fight from round in and round out now. Find out if Rise is going to go out wide to the back of the U, Lancer back in, or if they're going to keep giving PK those favorable matchups.
All right, we're about to find out as we're going to be moving up into the next team fight. It's going to be a 3v3 once again with a 1v1 on the opposite end. Enzum is going to end up dodging a flash, going to press forward, a beautiful back A, a flash over the top, will get the stun. He's on top of him.
Enemy contact!
Is PK scurrying away. They're going to be on the flank. They regroup as a unit. Dezenai can't get a good enough back A. Enzum just harassing the remaining Knights as they'll start to move in. Detox has his back, but Identis, can he clutch up in this situation? Just trying to be a nuisance.
Yeah, it's a massive 1v1 over for B-Hill right now. Identis staying alive as long as he can, but he's finally going to get taken out to Rise. Bounces back perfectly, but this 1v is huge. Raver, goodbye and good night as Rise is looking to close out round number 2.
They don't have enough utility or resources right now. They've got 2 down to the overlook, 1 swing player kind of going up that set of stairs toward the U, expecting the play to come to the hill, the home-to-home side of the map, but that mid-neutral hill. Pittsburgh Knights have a ton of strategy going through the middle of the map. They're going to smoke out the overlook, and they're probably going to go through that hell section right in front of the range, but it looks like they're hiding their numbers back over to the overlook side. I'm surprised they wasted that utility grenade then.
Yeah, I am. So in the moment here, Dezenai with a fantastic cross, putting out a lot of damage on Detox. That'll allow Identis to get aggressive. He's feeling himself right now. El Rey looking to keep his crown, looking to double up as the King of Mexico. Dezenai will slide into the B-Hill and neutralize it. He put some damage on Rushies. He wants this fight, trying to stay proactive in it, but Rushies will back down. This isn't what he wants.
Wise decision from Dezo right there, actually baiting like he's going to push, but finishing the cap. Every point will matter. They're down by 40 right now, and that's slowly going to diminish here as they'll rotate reinforcements over to B, and they're going to be content holding this A and B hill setup down.
This is going to be an incredible little retake, though, from Rise. If they can get it to go, they get the first down, they're going to be able to try to clean this kill up. Dezenai out to the front of the stairs, has to bounce back into the God spot so that he doesn't continue to get shot up. Look at player 6. Let's go to Identives. I want to see what Danny does right here, because Danny's either going to go to C, decap C, and try to keep the pressure on Rise, or he's going to try to get on both heavens. He's on both sides of that B hill. Rushies is going to get shot on from everywhere. He hops the drop. He gets the down, though. The kill comes through. They prevent the triple cap domination, but the Pittsburgh Knights have got to get a retake. But Avexis, oh my God, a back A headshot with the bolt tack. Come on now, baby.
Off his left hand at that.
Yeet.
Now Avexis and the rest of Rise looking to get this series all tied up 1-1, get this map all tied up 1-1. Identity needs a decap on his home hill to buy some time. If the 1v1 is one at B, it is by Dezo, but he doesn't have that time to get to the other side of the map. It's Rise playing for that time and coming out on top. Beautiful individual plays across the board, and I'm loving Rushy's aggressiveness right there on that side of the map. But he needs to take a little bit, he needs to get a little bit more pressure on him early on.
Yeah, and as we have time to slow things down a little bit, Colin King's analytical mind, I want to get your perspective on that. In my eyes, the way Identis played that cost them the round. Do you think if Identis survives right there, jumping over cover, they win that round?
Yeah, I think he has to stay stopped up at the heaven or at that secondary overlook, because he's either got an angle to help get the down onto Rushies, or as soon as they get the down, or he might even get the kill if Rushies tries to rush him back hallway, he's still alive to go towards C, pressure the opposing home hill. When he dies right there, it takes all of that pressure off of Rise. They have a free and clear run back to home.
Now first blood going in favor of Dezenai, looking for the second, has help. Detox, he's going to run into a trap, and that's PK running for the home hill. Rushies doesn't have an out. He's going to try to win a 1v1 and get to B. Try to get some team fire on his A hill. He'll join his teammate, flash out, hit a bank over the back. The kills are there. Oh! Goes big, but how big is it going to be as Detox makes it to the hill? Avexis right behind. Detox with a solid L trigger, but the discipline of Fiercely will lock this round in. PK goes up 2-1.
And I know you see Dezenide at the bottom left of your screen, but fiercely putting the fear of God into his opponents right there. His ability to stay alive, bury himself in that corner, and putting in so much damage is what allowed Dezo to close that out in a brilliant initial round, followed by a brilliant finish here. The Rushman tried doing it right here, picking up that first kill, and Identa's was massive, but Fiersley's ability to stay alive and put in so much DPS made the difference, Colin.
Yeah, look at Fiersley playing up into that corner. It allows that secondary player from the Pittsburgh Knights, Dezenide, to get down into that funnel, that 90-degree angle as they come straight into the hill. Double shots from the Nasher in this game are one of the best strategies any team can use. If you can get yourself and a teammate close enough to the hip to get those shots out, you're picture perfect. You're sitting pretty, baby.
All right, here we go into the next team fight. We got Incinerators built up on the map, and they're going to have a huge impact. Dezenite flash out, has to put it up. Doesn't take too much damage. He can hold his ground. Fiercely rotates up. They want to be aggressive. You got a bunch of counter flashes coming out from Rise, and they'll play off their right hand, but the Incinerator behind. Beautiful zoning right there. The isolation coming out from the nade. The damage is there. Rise panicking, trapped in a corner, but Detox looking to bust them out.
The revive chain was insane. It was PK that had complete advantage right there. And Fiercely a little cheeky, trying to go with the exploit, but instead gets taken out as a result. Right there, you think PK is going to close that out, but because they were wolf packing in Rise, because they hit that revive chain, they're able to survive. Someone needs to get in there and finish those kills, Colin.
You've got to be able to get kills. The revive chain is really strong in this game. Look at Inzem. He was tucked away in the same corner that they were in last round to come out like the boogeyman. He said, peekaboo, I see you. Double shot downs. Kills converted. Finally, the hill. Back and forth we go. The teeter-totter in this map is how this entire grand finals is because, guys, it's a best of 3. Win this map. You put yourself in the driver's seat. You put it all on the line right now. Don't gas yourself out yet, but you got to at least get one step ahead.
You know, seeing Raver roar right there at the end, okay? He doesn't want to put his team in that position once again, and we've seen each squad win on this side of the map. I think Raver's going to get really aggressive.
Yeah, we'll see how Raver plays this 1v, but I want to point out what Colin just said. In my eyes, this is a must-win for the Pittsburgh Knights. It's training ground. It's a map that's their bread and butter. If they lose this map, in my opinion, it's Rise's championship, Blaze. Here's what we'll see what they can do in this initial.
Yeah, Raver's going to be a lot deadlier, too, with that Botaka. Vexys with an Incinerator kill at the top of the U allows Rise to push through the B hill. I don't think they're going to do anything else. That was a bad nade to stop anyone from pushing, and Detox gets to jump on Fiercely. Fiercely didn't realize he threw a bad nade, but Raver with that Botox suppression fire over the top will push back Rise, and PK looking for another route, and they're going to try to find it with Rushies, but you see the damage.
Huge headshot from Rushies, the double kill. Is he done yet? No, he's going to connect for another down on Raver. Great damage put through, and just like that, Rushies gets 2. Can he get the 4th? Yes, he does. Rushies and Avexys wipe out the entirety of the Pittsburgh Knights.
My man said, is it high noon or am I not Wild West like Wild Bill Hickok? He was quick with that big iron on his hip. He hit every single shot necessary to subside the pressure of the Pittsburgh Knights. I want to go back to the beginning portions of the map, Blaze. I said the Incendiary by Rise is going to pay off dividends. They get the initial pick on Dezo with it, and then the Pittsburgh Knights waste theirs.
Definitely Rise being a lot more proactive with their utility. They're going to lock PH. They're going to lock PK up at the choke point, pick up 3 kills along the process. Dezenite, the only player left alive. He's going to have to rush towards his opponent's home hill and take the 1v, but they know where he is. The jig is up.
My man is caught between a rock and a hard place. Wayne Johnson, Mount Rushmore, some granite counter tabletops. My man is in no man's land, and just like that is a triple cap domination. Hell, he looked like he might have been caught between Fallout's biceps. He was in such a hard place right there. God dog almighty.
That'd be a scary place to be.
Truly.
Reflection knows. Had him headlocked this morning. Rushies, look at this play right now. Gets the headshot needed to connect for the head. He does on Identas. Otherwise, the revive chain comes through, turns 2, and then does the DPS, allowing his teammate in Avexys to come and clean up. Massive play from the Rushman, and Rise is just gaining momentum, Blaze. You can feel it.
I even love how Avexys ran away from the fight, knowing that help is there, not trying to be a hero. He don't care. He's not trying to, you know, just pat the stat line. He's trying to win out here. We get the long shot placed at the underpass. PK playing aggressively for it as Dezenite will make his way there. We'll see if this is going to be a Knight saving grace. They bait Avexys. The Avexys goes in there and try to make the play. He's taken out. Dezenite looking to be a hero. Rushies will take his own teammate out, so he doesn't have to get the full respawn timer, but Fiercely He hunts him down. It comes down to a 3v2 on the E-Hill.
And I love that trick strat. I love the decision to place a long shot bottom mid there, which gives them a perfect opportunity to shake things up. They recognize they were losing the fight up top to Instance 2 rounds in a row. Again, the definition of insanity, trying the same thing over and over again. Rather than flexing their muscles, they out-strat Rise, and because of that, they're in a perfect chance to tie this up, Colin.
Let's see what Desonide does here, though. He's got 10 assists already. He's got the long shot in his hands. He's got 5 shots to go with it. He's going to try to shut down this retake coming across this mid-hill of Xyz. He's going to have to go with a little bit of a wiggle-waggle. You can see all the movement coming out, ladies and gentlemen. He's trying to just get one body shot, but beautiful job by Rush. He's tagging him up. Here comes Detox. Detox trying to give him the strafe. My man said, I'll take a body shot. 3 shots to go. Will they get any more waste out of him?
I don't want to see Dezo keep this sniper out for too long. We saw it happen. We saw it cost them in other maps where he had sniper out, missed a shot, and was not able to support his teammates here. Either hit a headshot now, but when Rise pushes, you got to take out that pistol.
That's the last shot in the sniper. He just used that on him.
Probably the best thing to happen to him, honestly, in this situation right here. Just thinking too much about those shots. Actually, that was a bow tie.
It had to be a
It was a weird angle. That's why I was surprised if he actually hit his foot. It wasn't enough damage that came through, so he still has the one left. This is where the body shot has to come into play, but the suppressing fire from Rushies.
Oh, the blind fire over top!
Are you kidding me, Rush? Are you kidding me, Dezo?
Oh my God!
Desonide and Identiv, the duo, gonna connect, and Raver comes and cleans up. Dezo just went huge. The ability to stay alive. The blind fire shot keeps PK ahead, Colin.
What an incredible little sequence there.
Gears 1, Gears 2.
That blindy over the top, baby, gets the down. They start getting the cleanups, and now Rushies, he's going to have to make a move here soon. They need a triple cap, the triple decap, excuse me. Maybe even the domination to come through to win this because it's 232 and counting. Oh, the wiggle waggle. Oh, the strafe. My man bouncing around as much as he can. Desonide's going to try to stop Rushies from getting into the hill. 8 seconds to go, but they've won the E-Hill for now. Can they get the stop in time? Can they get the stop? No.
Dezo again for the win!
Desonide was the MVP of that round, hands down. The longest lasting player of this roster. The captain, oh my captain, he goes huge. Dezo wins the 1v against Rushies to save the round, plus the double kill up top. Dezo is a machine.
A true machine. Look at him, a professional.
Fine.
And look at the next one. Oh, this is all off left hand. This is difficult in gears. Gets his teammate out there. Raver knows exactly what to do right after, but this is the Rise counter. They're going to put some nades up top so that they have something to play for in this situation. All right.
I think what they're going to do here is instead of play for the nades, they're going to send a 1v there for the nades. Not even, they're going to send their incendiary player to the middle of the map. They've done this wrinkle before. Look, they're not even going for the incendiary. They're going to go hard into the middle. They're going to send the 1v for the fragmentation. Raver's a little late. He's going to have his incendiary. Inzen with the fragmentation. I don't think he got hit with that incendiary. No. It gets thrown late. It doesn't get the connection.
That's just a slow rotation there coming out with the player having that nade there. That being Raver. This Dezo, he should get the scope. That's ultimately what he wanted. Oh, he's looking for that shot on the exit. Reaction shot.
You know, there you go! What a good play! The duo play from Dezo and Identivs. That's the teamwork. Dezo keeps his head down while Identivs pushes him. Brilliant push and play while Raver had the pressure on Rushies.
Proactive.
I'm looking for why Inzim didn't get out a little bit harder. That goes away, but Detox now hiding in this cubby corner. Tries to take out the first shot. It's not going to be able to get it. He goes to the top, misses the body shot. He's going to be full red, though. Trying to stay alive up here. He's going to try to continue to dip, dodge, duck, dive, and dip. He's going to get a little wiggle waggle onto him. Dezo's hurt again, but Dezo this time has the long shot. Same spot, top of the overlook, John.
But look who's gaining all the points despite the effort. Desonide! Are you kidding me? Dezo on Championship Sunday performing. They need to break this hill. And Vexi's going to get taken out as well. It's all Pittsburgh Knights all day right now, Blaze.
I love how Identiv shot towards his opponent's home hill, trusted his teammates in this fight because there's so many other objectives that need to be acquired. So Identiv's thinking ahead of the game, getting back to his home. He'll pair up with Raver. Desonide still anchored at the top of the overlook.
Here's the scary thing. They're sending 2 people back to take out Enzem, which means there's an opening on the E-Hill, which is an opportunity for Rise now. So they have to take their numbers. Dezo misses the first shot. Here comes the push. It's a 2v3 if Rise sends their numbers. Yes, they do. Dezo has to go huge.
Bingo! go! Hits the body. He's not going to get the heady. But Rushy's now full red, trying to bounce around in the E-hill, trying to keep themselves in a little bit of a lead. They're going to get snubbed out. Detox goes straight across, hits the huge up A, but now it's a 2v2. No, 2v3. Pittsburgh Knights have brought a third player over here to try to solidify this situation. There's the revive, the third down and out on Rushy's, as well as on Avexy's. E-hill getting captured. 50 seconds to go for Rise, but as it caps up, Rise holds on. They have to turtle. They got to play defense maybe 2 more times.
Wow. They bought enough time, Blaze, that they have the win condition on one hill because of all the time that they bought. Exactly what I mentioned. It was actually PK not capping time, and Nitzem is being an absolute nuisance right now. Rise has this round.
Oh, he finally went down after the flash grenade. They're going to go for the pick here onto the long shot. Gets it off, waiting behind the cubby. That's going to be Avexy's trying to keep him stand up out here, trying to keep him away. That's a big trade. That's a huge trade. Rushy's, though, with a classic Rushy's play. Gets the E-hill in time. Ladies and gentlemen, it don't matter. It's not going to come through. Rise with the E-hill still in their favor. And will they get the decap? Holy shit.
No, they got out.
Oh, my God.
Oh, check this out.
My heart.
Beersley won such a clutch 1v2 to get to that hill. It was against Avexy's and Detox, I believe, in that situation. And he would, but Rushy's on a big fight on the opposite end of the map. Wow.
1 second.
1 second. Half a second. Millisecond.
I mean,
they got in there at 247, Colin. I saw it.
I'm sitting here just in my head trying to go over what could have gone different.
Beersley loses that 1v though. I think he was going to die, and they lose that hill regardless. I think is what happened.
But if he just needs the decap at that point.
Yeah.
He just needs the decap.
Crazy.
Because it buys enough time for the hills to point up.
Doesn't matter now, because guess what, ladies and gentlemen? It is game point right here, right now. Rise has a chance to close this map out, and like I said, Blaze, I think if Rise wins this map, Training Grounds, which PK needs to win, I think they win the tournament.
Because Regency is coming up next, and Rise have been playing fantastic on control all day long, but we'll see how this one decides to flip, because the first execution was lost by PK, and now we'll see if they can return the favor to Rise on the next map. But we have to get there. This one isn't over. What does PK want to do? They're going to try to get Dezenite out, but Raver with the Botok headshot was actually a shoddy headshot. He can't get into cover as quickly as he wants to. This will be a 2v2 at the Overlook. Dezenite does have help. He's looking for that body shot. I think he can get it on the right.
Oh! I think he connects for that if he takes his time there. Detox pushes up, misses the body shot again. Dezo's gonna get taken out, and Rise is just a few kills away from winning this, Colin.
John, tell me right now how impressive that is, that target selection. Rise knows if they 2v1 his teammate, Dezo has to hit one of the most impressive shots of his life. He doesn't get either of them to go. No body, no heady. All he does is whiff left and right. They get the 2v1 on the first player, then they 2v1 Dezo. That has got to be one of the best plays by Rise.
They gambled on themselves, and they ultimately gambled on Dezo missing that shot, which he did. Insane, Blaze. Now, what does PK have to do for this retake in your eyes, Blaze?
They got to dodge these nades. Rise is playing these nades fantastic. This is the shot grenade uses. They still got 2 frags to take that choke point. PK got to go wide for the home hills. They're going to need some more spectacular plays out of Fiercely on that side of the map. If they can't get it, then I don't know if they're going to be able to put the pressure on Rise that they need to. They also need big snipes from Dezenite, which is going to come up in 40 seconds. New nades in 80. You're going to see the smokes come through. No nades tossed just yet. PK gets a little bit better footing here to contest this hill. A dodge. He gets back in cover. The second nade still not tossed. Detox showing a lot of patience in the situation. Incendiary's tossed, but Fiercely in that 1v1, I told you, he had to go big, and now you'll get Identis picking up a big kill as well.
Massive for Identis. Meanwhile, Avexy's, though, gets himself a down. The revives are going to come through, and it's just like that. Raver gets revived. 2v2 fight for E-hill. This could be for the map. Oh my God! Identis connects for the blindy, and there's the kill. Identis goes huge. He's Identis. He's the king. LA is the best player in LATAM and trying to prove he's the best in the world.
Over the 200-point marker is Rise. Rushy's back into his home hill.
They have the win condition.
He's got to cap it up. They have the win condition. Again, COG team wins in 40. Pittsburgh Knights, They will be down to one last gasp here. Inzem with a decap makes it that much harder for Rise to win. Being a nuisance, being everything his team needs to be. He hits a big spread, bouncing up. The movement is so crispy, so clean, but it's not enough. He'll go down. All that matters is taking away the E-Hill. Two players challenging up against the Vexies. Big body there, sliding in. Vexies with a down onto Identives. Big heady there. Another big body. Shot over the top. It's up to Rushman. Rushman goes down. Ladies and gentlemen, the E-Hill under control and Detox. My God in heaven. Rise win a nail biter of a map. Mr. Signal. Give a shout out to Mr. Signal.
Hey, Static Signal, Mr. Signal out there.
Static.
Hey, and by the way, Static, huge Rise fan, and Rise are now one map away from being victorious. Let's look at some stats for you. And man, oh man,
Rushman.
I'm liking what I'm seeing.
Rushman.
Hey, I'm Fiercely.
There you go. I needed somebody to do the other cheer.
Fiercely, you know I love him. Okay. 2.7 KBA, always all around the map. We're kicking it off. Our grand finals could be over now. But Rise, they gotta come through. It's Fiercely off the top. You saw those.
Nice.
You saw those stats. You see how he's fighting. You see the damage. Enzem's gonna get the nades, and he's also gonna take it up top and grab the end bar. Rise is gonna try to play for the retake, but also too make sure they're in the best possible position for P2. We've seen Rise time and time again, Colin, not get off to the great starts on control, but it's how they come back which makes them so great.
Identives waiting in the wings, gets a big body shot on Inzem. Inzem gonna get killed off. 3v3, now 3v2 on the map. 40 seconds left, might open up the odds for Rise down here. One player is going to be hunted in the middle of the map. Rushies needs to be careful not to get shot on. I believe Identives is still waiting around to crawl around, and he's going to get revived. Identives gets revived!
He gets revived indeed, and Identives might have a chance to make a big impact. Pittsburgh Knights off to a wonderful start. They'll give up some points over in Roses. However, they've got the spawns blaze.
Yeah, that's all they do, play for spawns. Vexy's got that headshot on Desert Knight. He says, hey, you know what, let me get some points, but it actually just worked out for PK in the end. Now, you'll see Rushies puts himself in an annoying position. He doesn't even move. He just gathers intel before he starts running around a map. He takes a breath and tries to, you know, get that composure there. Inzem is not going to have composure in that fight against Desert Knight as PK doing a great job holding these players down that fountain. A great shot from Fiercely, and he will have his teammates with him to clean up those kills.
Now we see going over to P number 2 now. This is going to be point 2, top right-hand side of the minimap. Rushies. He's waiting outside of it. He wants to be hidden for just a moment. He's going to try to get a sneak kill here. Gets one. Identives, it's a big body onto him, though. Rushies will take up the front counter. He's going to hop over the drop. He's going to try to get into the hill because he realizes he's outnumbered back there. Flash goes out to try to stop up the momentum. Identives rotates back over to the front side. They're going to try to get shots on a Fiercely. Fiercely's going to be in a bit of a 1v1 situation. He's going to get tagged up. He goes down. Avexies has to stay safe momentarily as Detox has fallen. Rushies is still alive, trying to fight for his life. My man's throwing hands at the air right now, trying to get somebody to go down, but he can't get the damage to come through.
Well, Pittsburgh Knights have to hold what they got. They have no choice. Luckily, though, it has been stagnated so long that a third member is going to join up into the mix. So it's going to be a 3v3. Unfortunately, Dezo has been lost. That reduces the number of Pittsburgh Knights. Raver now down. Rise will, in fact, take over the hill. Identitas will float towards mid, but Rise is on the hunt. They want to take every member down they can up PK.
Great plays by Identitas right now, holding his position, just gathering intel. M-Bar picked up our rush. He's connects on the body, trying to drop back. Detox will clear Identitas off the stairs, and he's going to start rotating down low. No nades won't be coming up anytime soon, but M-Bar, 100-second respawn, pretty much for all power weapons. Now Rushies, he'll be trying to get cross map as we head on over to P2. 13 seconds left on Scrap. Plenty of time to kind of fight for positioning.
Nice.
Play for the kills.
Give me another one.
He's going to drop back, play away from those nades.
You have to, right? Back away from the nades. 1v1 onto Statue. And that's going to be a nice win from Inzem. He can now rotate over with his teammates. Dezo's shock is going to be important. He needs to at least stagnate this fight so player 7 can join. Maybe even 8, but he's relatively far away. Rise does have numbers. Be a 3v3. Player 4, he's going to scout out Statue. No one's there. In-bar from Rush, he's not connecting. Only one more shot to make. But either way, Avexies, he's not going to slow down. And that's going to be a nice headshot. Avexies, though, will die. Rushies, he tries to penetrate the hill, but he's got to back right up. Player 8 pushing up to player 1 of Detox. It's going to pay off. Pittsburgh are playing relentlessly.
Cannot play scared in that situation, Blaze. They say they got timid coming through the front line of that defense. They're going to lance her out. Detox goes down on the other side of that pillar. Decent little lead being built up by the Pittsburgh Knights right now. It looks like Rise is going to set up for a secondary retake here, but Rushies, he goes down early, revive in. 3 players in the hill right now, 3v3.
Flat.
First kill out from the side of the Pittsburgh Knights.
A beautiful damage coming out from Fiercely. He is just on those stairs, being so annoying with his shots.
Wow.
And because of that, he helped PK win that fight. To stand composed, putting out the damage. You saw those stats at the beginning of the game. It was the reason why you almost had a 3.0 this map. A blunder from Avexis, and the new M-bar comes up now. Also, the new heal will be transitioning soon.
Oh my gosh, Pittsburgh Knights are playing so utterly well. Not just because they're getting the kills, but they're winning the team fights, and their setups are picture perfect. Rise are starting to struggle to gain any headway at all. Fiercely needs to hit a shot, and speak of the devil, the tingle must have been going up Blaze's spine, because that's a nice connection.
Truly. Oh my! Fiercely, can you calm down?
No, sir.
Actually, turn up.
Turn
we
up.
want the game 5.
Turn up.
We want to close this out on the
Watch this.
execution.
Oh, I felt that one, but I guess my tingle senses just aren't as strong as yours, Blaze. He'll miss one more, only one more remains. Rush is going to throw out a panic stun. He's going to pick up one. He might get 2, but Fiercely says, no way.
You're going to see the kill quickly cleaned up there towards the bottom of the stairs. And now this hill still has 60 seconds left on the column. Dezenai will end up dropping back towards his team. He can't get away with safety. PK is just going to sit back, put out that damage. New M-bar spawns up under a minute, along with the nades and the shot grenades. So this map is about to break out into chaos as everyone starts rotating the fountain in a bit.
I'm not gonna lie to you, Blaze and Taylor. I think that one of the things that we just witnessed was the Pittsburgh Knights fall victim to the same thing they fell victim to in escalation. They got so concerned over the kills in the middle of the map that they give up a decent amount of early time over to Rise. Rise gets the setup at the T-table. Now they're gonna try to take their advantage through the middle of the map. That's gonna be Detox going down. Trades coming through. Both teams losing one member. 3v3. Avexis tries to hop the cover. He's gonna drop the quick little rotation in. The wrap shot onto Avexis gets one. Avexis with the up gets meleeed down. And with a decent amount of time left on this hill, Rushies is gonna try to stay alive, but he's gonna get taken down. And Rise will have to just rotate over to next. They're gonna have to set up for this next hill. Down by about 50 to 60
All the power
points.
weapons. All the power weapons going over to PK here. Rise can't do anything. They're actually going to try to make a play, but I love this. Being proactive now. Fiercely just stays alive. He need not fight Detox on the stairs. His team just got all the other advantages on the map as they will rotate actually back down and get those nades. They won't get this shock because they wanted to help their teammate prioritizing the more important power weapons, shifting that player over. But now PK on the prowl.
Like you said, on the prowl, Raver with the new M-bar. Matter of fact, all power weapons, as you pointed out. Besides the shock, Avexis will get that. That is going to be helpful for the next kill. Oh, nice shot from Raver. One thing that I love about this, I really do, Pittsburgh Knights, again, they are absolutely relentless. Once they had their foot on the gas pedal, it is all gas, no brakes whatsoever. Can they break the hill, though? Identives, he's going to fall flat at the 1-yard line. Couple of kills will also be picked up on the other side for Rise. The dodge, like you said, Rushies dodging M-bar. One more you got to deal with. Rushies doesn't hit the shot. An opening for Dezo. Ends him just up ahead. Keeping his head low. Not wanting to take too much damage. Avexis up top. Outputting the Lancer shots. Dezo stays along as he can, but he just couldn't make it happen.
And Rise will get this heal. They're going to spread out, take the spawn side as well. And now with 40 seconds left, they can take the lead, but they shouldn't stay for all of this time. And PK knows it also, so they should still continue to have the lead, and they're going to be wise enough to use this time to start collecting other advantages on the map. I do believe they may have even a shot grenade to work with. They maybe soon, but ultimately it is going to be more of a play for the power weapons, if anything, and that's why you see Rise leaving this hill, not even getting no more of that scrap time that's left. They're going to put themselves forward to play for other things, but player 4 can get the rest of that time. If you're going to sit over there, put yourself in a hill. What, you want to be a secret? You're not a secret.
It's not really a secret. It's more of just trying to gather up some information, and it gives them more time to rotate through the top side of the map because the hill doesn't count down as quick as it will if you are inside of it. It's about 1.5 seconds per second. if you're not inside of the hill where it's one for every time. But this time, Avexi's and Detox, they're going to win the big team fight at the back T-table. Secure the shot grenade in Enzim's hand, as well as the new M-bar in the hands of Avexi's. Everybody from Pittsburgh Knights has spawned up at the bottom side of the map. One player comes in through the big door. Fierce is going to get called out. Every single weapon on the map is in the hands of Rise, and they have a chance to take the lead here.
Yeah, PK, they were set up for him, and, you know, they rotated early, but they just crumbled on where they wanted to focus their attention at, okay? They could have just took over the top side of the map and played for the M-bar there just to come away with something, but now they got to be spectacular in the situation. Avexi's taking a little bit of damage, but that flash, the double nade, the triple nade for Enzim will shift the lead over for Rise.
Yes,
Grenadier who?
Really will. Oh my goodness, man. Triple kill with the nades, Colin.
Grenadier who? My man said, Rush, man, I can use him too. Don't worry. He's playing his Commando Dom. He's got to have something extra special in the sauce, baby.
Well, it's going to be a 4-man push up top. PK with the refresh quickly. Avexi's, though, with the double kill. Fiercely and Identives. Amazing shot. Just before PK thinks maybe we have a chance, they're shut down by the nades, and then they're shut down by a nice double kill from Avexi's.
I love how PK played ahead, but they can't get lost in the sauce of these next power weapons coming up. It's just soon they're going to have to make a decision, and it's going to be a while. It's 50 seconds, okay? So they can kind of really hold off here. Avexi's has 3 shots to work with, which is plenty. But you see these players playing down as they're trying to get position for next. Enzim already in the hill. Oh, a missed shot. The second one won't. It actually does miss because Enzim cleaned up the kill. Watch out for your teammates.
PK still has the hill, though.
Yeah, I think he hit his teammate with that shot.
Unfortunate. Avexi's now has to 1v2 to bail himself out of a big mistake. And, well, Pittsburgh Knights, we go back to P1, and they are there. Colin, they're going to come back.
Yeah, they're going to have a little chance to come back here, but it was up to Rise to even make it possible for the Pittsburgh Knights to have a comeback. In the last 3 hills, they gained 0 points. They went 128, 128, 128 to Rise's 68, 110, 175 for basically a 107-0 swing over the last 3 hills. That is an incredible comeback by Rise. Nonetheless, the shock will keep them out of the big door for now. And the Pittsburgh Knights, they want another commanding lead going into P2.
Here we go. Rushy, M-bar in hand, misses the first shot. The second's not going to connect. He'll be taking some suppressive fire, but with scrap time left, PK, they're okay to give this up, right?
Sure.
You know, it's 20 seconds, and they're going to treat it as scrap to get the rotation for next as an advantage, and no one is actually even going to play for it at all. And so I like this positioning from Identis to get this Lancer. Now he's got to be forced to clear out his position. If not, look at the free damage he's getting. The call out didn't come out in time for Rise. The help is there. Identis holding his ground. Rushy's missed the first shot, but he puts the body there. No one to clean up, but they're going to rush. Identis does not stop putting out damage. And Raver and Dezo get the finishing blows. You saw he had the wrong weapon now, just tried to make him dodge a shot. And Rushy's will go down. PK has control over next. No power weapons coming up anytime soon.
Such a massive hold. I mean, Rise was pushing up as a full-man unit, all 4 together, and that's when they're scariest yet. Identives held his ground despite a big body shot. Raver was also outputting a ton, but Rise continues to make headway. Their numbers are few, but they're still doing it, but the pressure was on. Pittsburgh Knights hold on. Rushy's, he's going to hold what he's got, Colin, until his teammates get up with them.
Lancer Nasher and a smoke grenade out. That smoke's going to go all the way to the back, I believe. It's going to try to put these players out to the right-hand side. Maybe even try to get them into that spot. That's going to be a smoke back at them. So there's 3 smokes being thrown on the map right now. The flashbang's not getting any connections. Avexi's down. Detox down. The revive on Avexi's is in and through, but Detox will go down. Another revive comes out. 3v3 on the map right now. But, I mean, my God, Pittsburgh Knights have got me stuttering and shaking with how good their team fire has been in the last 2 minutes.
The call-outs are probably stuttering there on the Rise side as well, along with myself, Colin. And so M-bar gonna get picked up right about now. It's gonna be in the hands of Identis to try to close out this game, and this is why Identis is his best. In these clutch situations, when his team needs him the most to close out, you can rely on him.
He's got to hit a shot, though. Who's left in the hill? Player 5. Okay, fair
Land
enough.
is
Go
life.
back away. You know what? That's actually good. I did just had to make a spur-of-the-moment decision. Do I push and go for the ego chow, or do I back away? He goes for the safety net by backing away, but Rushy's, he's on the hunt. Dezo, a bit of a misplay.
Whoa.
A big body shot, however, is going to stop him in his tracks, but he's got backup.
angle is
Detox
there.
is right there. The big
He
wolf
gotta get
pack,
out.
but some downs are still coming through. I
kite.
get this. The king, can he hit a shot? Rise starting to make some headway. He can't get the pickup.
zone.
He'll back away.
shot.
Inzum is in. Vexies has an off angle. Pittsburgh Knights, they can get triangulated. They might be in a bit of trouble. They have
They
to
gotta go
break out.
Forward is the only way to go, and they'll get the
double down.
The 5 is there, but they have to cut back.
Oh.
Shots!
Oh!
He gets both kills in a meat shield. Fiercely going absolutely off here on Regency. Vexies has to get away, but he cannot be hunted down.
I like this play by Rush.
It's a player in the hill, just one. Rush decaps. He's trying to focus attention elsewhere. PK is forced to clear him. Rushy's that move alone. He takes over the spawn for his team, and now PK in a difficult spot. There's going to be Dezo. He has to rush to his teammates as soon as possible. Nade's not coming up for another 40 seconds. All power weapons come up in that time frame.
It's going to be a good up A by Inzem. Gets the big body there. Detox is trying to play to the front side. Revive is through, but not going to be enough. They're going to keep the spawn blocked off. There is enough time to get back into this game, tie it up after this hill if they so choose, or at least get it close.
15
but
seconds.
Now every hill has become a winnable hill by the Pittsburgh Knights. They are at 2:30 and counting. Meanwhile, Rise, they're going to leave Detox there to gather up as much time as possible before they feel the necessity to rotate over. Vexies hits the chunk. Now they get the down cleaned up. Dezenai through the front side, snub out. Won't be able to get a secondary down. Push back to the bottom of the stairs. Pittsburgh Knights, they're going to scramble like some eggs, but boy, howdy, they going to come back in the morning on a sandwich.
This is where the pressure is at an all-time high, and you have to think Rise at this point are feeling themselves. They see the championship just up ahead. Pittsburgh Knights need to stay grounded and keep logical pushes, right? Just overall, I mean, because this is where you can lose your mind when it's tied up, and now both teams are 70 points away from victory.
Fiercey got nades. He needs some good blind fires in this situation. You need to get a deep nade over that cover. Trust your lineups, okay? Be able to force that in-bar off so your teammates can get in. You see him moving around this cover, just trying to cut the distance here. Rushies will back up. Rise with a lead here in this situation. But here comes the push. Oh, beautiful headshot from Inzum. Oh, beautiful body shot. Fiercely, he tosses the nades, but they won't be utilized. 45 seconds on this hill. Rise can win it here. Everybody's speechless as now Identives is going to start moving towards mid-map. He needs something to happen soon. They need to get to this hill.
Blaze, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to set this up because my main man, Taylor Reflections Noble, he's going to be loving this in just a moment. 24 seconds. Flash is going to come out. They shut this play down. It is all over, but the crying. Rise to the backside of the T-table. Smokes out. Shots out. Nobody down and dead yet. Last chance. They have got the official neutralization in. They have kept it neutralized long enough to not let this be a winnable hill. So I will tell you right now, Rise, they've got to just finish this off in the next one.
Nice shot, Inzum. He's been tearing up with the EMR and absolutely staying alive.
If Dezo can get two, he can't.
Secondary hill.
It's a race.
It's a sprint. I mean, this is the hill. This is the hill that has ended Latin American teams in the past. Talking fire and ice to Tony-led roster. This is the hill where NA typically wins. Rise now, 3 points away. The shot from Inzum will connect. Inzum refuses to back down. 300 to 230 is where this will end. And Rise will be back-to-back champions. They win the Gears Summer Major. And what an amazing moment. And what a time for Rise to end the Gears Esports for Gears 5.